Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I know it's early for a lot of people. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm outside in the backyard. I'm more like on the back porch. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, wherever you're from. Hope all is well with everyone. I'm outside with all the critters, eh? Good morning. You guys gonna see a lot of little, because I have the light on, and all the critters are out. Good morning. I hope all is well with everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Lizzie Lopez. How you doing? Good morning, everyone. Hope all is well with everyone.
Download the Kayak app to search and compare prices on flights, cars.
Hope all is well with everyone this morning. Good morning, Tom. How you guys doing? And thank you. I have all these little flies out because I'm outside in the back porch. And they're surrounding the lights. You might see a few lizards and crickets and all kind of stuff. I'm in Florida, you guys. Good morning. Lizzie Lopez. I am Lizzie Time. Oh, 7:41 p.m. We're Australia. Good morning, Australia. We are now 5:42 a.m. in Florida, Central Florida. So Wizard, I can't pronounce, or Wizard. Where are you? I'm from Florida, you guys. I'm in Florida, Central Florida. Good morning. Good morning. Rim. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see. Nagora. Let me see if I pull you up on here. I could probably see you guys better. Yep, this is much better than that one. Good morning, Tom. Let me see how was my day. It's just started. Just started. I'm gonna pull you guys a little bit back here. My day just started. Maybe around 2 hours ago. I've been up since 3:40 something, I think. I've been up for a couple hours. I don't sleep so well at night, so I'll be up most of the night, more like early mornings. Go to bed around 11, 12 o'clock and sleep for 3 or 4 hours, and then I'm up again. Good morning. You see Bradley Drysdale, 4 a.m. in British Columbia. Good morning, Columbia. Good morning. Canada, sorry, Columbia, Canada. You guys gonna see me flashing around because I have a bunch of critters, but I'm used to it. Good morning, everyone. Ace Park. What time is it? It's 5:44 a.m. Well, I'm not in my 30s. I'm actually in my 40s, Tom, but thank you. Rim said hi. How you doing, Rim? Or Rhyme. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I do need to get my glasses, but I can't be bothered looking for it. Let me see. Lizzie Lopez. What do I do with my life? Nothing much. I'm home now, taking care of my two kids. I have two young ones. I have four in total, three boys and one girl. Um, but I have two older set that's living pretty much grown people life. Lizzie Lopez, let me see. Lovejoy, good morning. Oh, you guys can see my legs? Oh, that wasn't intentional. I thought I had it out of there. uh, Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Oh, Tom, you like my hair? Oh, thank you. I cut it. I had to cut it. It's too hot. It's summertime in Florida. We're sweating bullets down here. We're having a really, really warm one. We've been warm in Florida since pretty much the ending of January, early February. So now we're burning up. Let's see, Ace Parks. How much? The bus fare? I never took a bus. I haven't took a bus in 15 plus years. Ace Park. But I don't think it's more than $2 and some cent. I have not taken a bus for years, to be honest with you guys. Anybody's wondering, I have shorts on. So, let me see. I do have clothes on, so anyone thinking I don't, I do. It's just warm here in Florida. Even in the morning time, you have to really dress comfortable. Else you'll have, even when you just take a shower and go out, if you have a pants on, it'll stick to your skin. The thing about here in Florida, it's very nice. It's nothing, it's tropical weather like Jamaica, but it's nothing like Jamaica in a sense. But you do have a lot to do here in Florida, and especially in the summer months. You have a whole lot to do. The water parks, the water holes, you know, and I mean that costs you little to nothing, like $2, $5. The most is like $15 some places. So I've been making a list of the places I need to go. Ace Park. Oh, you want me to show you? I will. I start doing some more cooking videos. I'll show it to you. You want me to show you how to do pork chops? Okay, I'll be doing some food videos in the mornings again like I used to. I've just been off track because the kids with school and everything. Sometimes when I try to incorporate it, it's kind of rough for me sometimes. I don't know if any guys are from Jamaica, but so far I don't see any. So, but good morning, everyone. Good morning. I love food, you guys. That's my thing. I love to cook. Let's see, Lizzie Lopez. Oh, thank you, Lizzie. Good morning, everyone. I hope all is well with everyone this morning. Please remember to like the live, you know, leave a comment. Let me see. If anyone is wondering, it's actually 5:48 here in Central Florida. I hope all is well with everyone. Anyway, I came on here because some things is happening in Jamaica which is not right of lately. But I think I'm gonna hit the topic first of the fact that in Jamaica we're having like a really bad problem when it comes on to ladies being missing, and then when they do find them, they're either buried in a shallow hole or in a situation where it's not right. As if you love someone, I don't see how can you do those things to someone, you know? It's like these, I wouldn't even say just men, because I don't call some of these men. I call them animals for the things that they're doing to women and children. And Jamaica is like somewhere where I want to spend the rest of my life, you know? Whenever I leave Florida, more like it. I'm planning to go back home to Jamaica, for my retirement. Hopefully I could retire before I'm 50. And that's my plan. I do want to retire before I'm 50 to Jamaica. And that's my goal, is to return home. Stephanie Denzel, domestic violence has always been. Yes, domestic violence have always been an issue in Jamaica. It's more rampant than before, with the killing of young ladies and children, the disappearance of them. And I think a lot of people is not addressing it. It's like when something happened in Jamaica have a thing where they start protesting for like a couple of days, they talk about it, and then it disappears. If a man get locked up, he gets bail. Even if he unalive someone, kill someone, he will get bail. And I don't mean like months later. Sometimes like immediately you'll see him on the road again. Women too, women do it to men too, so I'm not coming on here and say women don't do the same. And there's a lot of narcissists, women too, and men, but it's more men than women. But I'm really talking about the fact that it's like, for the past month, it's like every week you're hearing two or three women and children either disappear, or they pass, they can't find them, period. Or when they do find them, they're finding them in a shallow hole, a grave, a pit, or in a back of a car. A little boy, I'm not sure if it's a boy, they found him last week in a car somewhere in Jamaica. Jamaica is a beautiful place, but for children, if you're raising children and you have, especially young ladies growing up, you have taxi man taking away the young girls. If you're not careful, you get in the wrong cab. I'm not saying I think it's targeted sometimes, to be honest. I don't think it's just a random behavior. These people actually been probably doing this for years, I think. They just been getting away with it. The man that beat the nurse to a pulp, pretty much bashing her head in with his feet, stuff like that. That's been happening for years. I've experienced it myself as a young girl, watching over and over this happening. And as a grown woman, I've seen it myself. It's just fortunate that some of us, don't have to really experience this. Let me see. Wait a minute. Stephanie Daniels. Good morning, Stephanie. I'm doing good in here in Florida. No, I'm not in Jamaica yet. I'm in the back of my I'm in Florida still. I'm going to Jamaica for a little bit. I'm watching the hurricane season to see what's going to happen, because I don't want to be down there and stuck and can't get out. And not only that, when a hurricane hits, immediately, most of the time, I have to go back home to check on my house. Let me see, Lizzie Lopez. That sounds. It is scary. It is scary, Lizzie. It's not just, the funny thing, believe it or not, is not just Jamaica. Because right now in Florida, the same thing is happening in America, period. It's happening every single day. You're turning the news on, it's happening. It's just that because Jamaica is so small, Jamaica tends to get, a little bit more publicized because it's smaller. And to be so small, all these things that's happening, it doesn't make any sense. It's mode. It's mode. How you doing? Good morning. Hello. Hope you are have a wonderful day. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I will take care. Thank you. It's just because Jamaica is so small, a lot of people will hear about it a little bit more, and it's more publicized. But at the same time, in America, we're having the same thing. Every day you're hearing domestic violence, men, children. Like they found three young girls, I forgot what state. Their father, right now, I think either they're searching for him, I'm not sure if they found him or not. And all three of them are dead because they said allegedly the father did it. So it's happening everywhere. It's happening here in Florida a lot too. It's just that it's a little bit bigger, so no one knows about it. Good morning. Good morning. You know? And a lot of things that's happening over the years, people have been covering it up. I think the media don't report enough on the things once they happen, because a lot of the times you hear something today and then in a week later you'll hear nothing about it, as if it never happened. Good morning. Ooh. Yes, I am keeping my children close. That's all I could do, you know. You guys see me flashing? It's the light and the bugs. So I'm trying to make sure you guys could see me instead of seeing me in darkness. Oh, Paul is well with everyone. Good morning. I know we're all in different time zones, most of us on here. If it's your first time tuning into me, welcome. And I hope all is well with everyone this morning. I said it before anyone is wondering, I'm here. Let me see. Good morning, Wolf Chief. Good morning. Nanda Panda, good morning. Good morning, Nanda Panda. I think that's what it says. Wolf Chief. How rambunctious am I? Good morning. Lizzie Lopez. Yes, they're mouth flying bugs. Exactly. That's what they are. But I do, you might see little lizards and stuff out here too, you know, you're right. Yeah, they're all over the place. I do have to keep my mouth a little bit closed. I want to talk louder, but I'm afraid they might be in my mouth in a minute if I'm not careful. I hope all is well with everyone. Let me see. Remy, Farson, a Mercedes-Benz GLE. I think that's what you asked. What car do I drive? That's what I do. I drive. What car do you have? Yes, that's what I'd have. Let me see. Which Mac? I don't know what that one is saying. Which Mac? You know the crudes? I don't know. No, I don't. Um, Good morning, guys. Good morning. What's that? God bless you. Thank you. God bless you too, love. Have a good morning or good night for some, because I know some of you guys it's night for you guys. It's morning for me and night for some of you guys, I guess. Hope all is well with everyone. So anyway, like I was saying, what's been happening in my country where I'm from, which is Jamaica, a lot of the young ladies being found in either pits, which is, you know, those old-fashioned toilet latrine as they call it. Anyone know it by that name? When they disappear, they can't find them. They usually find them, you know, trash bags, garbage, buried on the shallow grave, stuff like that. And it's not just grown women, it's a lot of children for the past month been happening to in Jamaica. And that's the scary part for me. Yevin, Callie, Victoria, hi, how you doing? Good morning. Kazim, Mohid. Yeah, you guys gonna see me brushing off because I have a bunch of these little flies all over. I'm on the back porch. It's cool right now. Later, I won't be able to sit out here. Pasella store, good morning. How you doing? Oh, who is doing that? Mainly the men in Jamaica. It's like I'm not sure if these men even like women anymore because they're killing so many women and, children, hurting these children, where I'm not sure why they're doing it. Pasella store. I'm doing fine. Pasella store. I'm good. I'm doing okay. No complaints here. I'm alive and kicking. Candy Milton. Good morning, Candy Milton. Good morning, just me. I'm sorry I didn't see you, dear. Good morning. Well, I'm in Florida right now, but I'm originally from Jamaica. Yevon, Cali, Victoria. Yes. Gillette W. Good morning, Gillette W. Let me see. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Um, Ant Box 5000. Good morning. Oh, you love my shirt? I think it's MTV, right? Yes, MTV. I used to watch it a lot back in the day. You can know I'm old, right? Um, oh, thank you. Thank you. Evan Callie, I guess. Victoria. Let me see. Carrie McCowan, I think I'm looking at. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, you're from Louisiana. Good morning, Louisiana. uh, let me see. Ant box. I'm wearing shorts. Everyone, I'm wearing shorts. I am not sitting on here naked. Please do not come on here and say that. I am wearing shorts. You just can't see it. I am wearing shorts. All right. Candy. Good morning, Oklahoma. Candy Milton. Oh, thank you. And I am wearing shorts, okay? I'm wearing shorts. That's Ant Box 5000. I'm wearing shorts, okay? I'm not on here naked, exposing. I guess you can see my tattoo. That's why you probably say that, but I'm wearing shorts. I always wear clothes whenever I'm on live. I'm not that kind of woman. Um, Carlos Alivas, good morning. I think that's what it says. I need to put some glasses on. I'm probably butchering some of you guys' name. Good morning, though. Los Angeles. Good morning, Los Angeles. Good morning. Well, is it morning or evening for you guys over there? Tell me, please. Because I'm saying good morning because it's morning on my end. It's actually now 6:02 a.m. in Florida, Central Florida. Anyone is wondering where I'm from, please double tap the screen. Give me a thumbs up, like whatever you call it. Candy Milton, good morning. Candy Milton, let me see. Oh, somebody can. IG musician. I just saw a monkey in live stream. Ah, screw you. Get off my page, dummy. Well, I guess you won't be seeing me anymore because I done took you off. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let me see. David Murphy. Let me see. UK. Good morning. David Murphy from the UK. Let's see. After. Oh, it's afternoon there. And let me see. Okay. Nagaland. Oh, let's see. Danny Washington. You know, Krishna, the Hindu god. No, I don't. Just a glance. Los Angeles, California. Good morning, Los Angeles, California. Just a glance. Let me see. Carlos Olivas. Let me see. It's 3 a.m. in LA. Oh, Lord. You're earlier than us. Let me see, Danny Washington, do you know? So, let me see, Williams, Bishop. Yeah, all is well so far. Thank you for asking. Good morning. Kanwa, do you backflip? No, I do not. Good morning. Just a glance. You know, what am I doing up? Can't sleep. I've been up since 3:45, somewhere about there, I think. David Murphy, just gone. It's, let me see. Going on 11 a. Oh, 11 a.m. Oh, Lord. Let me see, Danny Washington. Let's see, search. Joe Ellis, Wiki White stuff comes out. You know what? Some of you guys really don't got no sense. The stuff y'all put up here sometimes, but who's really. You know what? I'm not even going to say that. Anyway, just a glance. You're welcome. You see, good morning, William Bishop. I hope all is well with everyone. So anyway, like I was saying, back to the subject in hand, is that for a lot of people that thinking it's okay to do the things that they're doing to these ladies and children in Jamaica, we're really gonna have to stand up for it, and instead of that, just let it be a 7 days wonder, or 9 days wonder as they call it. You see, what's that? Store, give us the tea. I am wondering, is there any truth to the talk that UK and Canada not doing any? Well, I'm not sure on that. I think with the visas, they're cutting out. A lot of people not getting visas, and that's the truth. But I don't think it's for everyone. Some people is not going to get visas. Some school visas is being cut off. It's just what I'm reading. I don't know for a fact. What I'm saying is whatever I tell you is what I read. I'm not an immigration lawyer. I'm none of that. I'm just what I read, and from my understanding and the news that I'm getting, some people won't be able to get. Oh, thank you. Who did that? Hacker. Thank you. Thank you for that $20. Okay. Um, the thing is, what I do know is that a lot of people is not going to be able to get visa in the United States anymore, or for the United States. And a lot of people that used to come here for school, work visas, it depends. I guess now he's saying that he's pretty much going to cut out a lot of things that used to happen, period, such as people that could you come here and used to give birth, get a visa, and they come to America to give birth. That's what I was I put up there. I think those people won't be able to do that anymore. Let's see, Candy Milton. Yes, it is totally evil. A lot of things that's happened is totally evil. You won't be able to come to America anymore unless you pretty much have something to offer, they claim. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. A lot of people that's going to colleges right now is getting pulled, and it's particular nations that's getting pulled from school that won't be able to even finish college, or who already had a visa is being canceled. I'm not sure if it's a fact. This is what they're saying. I'm just repeating what was told to me. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see, Candy Milton. Let me see, Joe Ellis. Wolf Chief. I'm not combative. You know what? Anyways, so a lot of people that used to be able to get the visas won't be able to get it anymore from especially some countries. He just put up a travel ban for 80, I think, some parts that I'm not even sure if it's a fact or not, which I believe the list haven't fully come out yet of the countries that's being banned. They're just saying it, but they haven't put out the list of countries. They say 12 countries they're putting a travel ban on. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to come or not go, whichever the way might be. Excuse me, it's going to be bad for America, I believe, because it doesn't make sense. But like some people said, they need to take the pen away from it because the executive order. I'm not sure if it's going to, get blocked by the court. Regardless of what, he's the president. He could do whatever he wants. Um, some of the things that's happening. But what happened is back in the days, and it's not just Jamaica, it's a lot of countries that used to come here, because Jamaica, I just say put Jamaica, but a lot of countries, people from other countries will get a visa, know they're pregnant, and will come to the United States to have the baby. That's completely being cut out. So your child won't be able to get a birth certificate anymore because of that. And a lot of people don't know this. When you get here, your child is pretty much, I guess, no matter what, a child's going to be born. And once you're here, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not American citizen or resident, your child won't be able, or a legal resident or a permanent resident, any given way you want to spin it, or a citizen, your child won't be able to get a birth certificate because you came here on a visa. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to consider a crime or whatever, but I know that if you do that, that's going to make you put you in a status where they're going to deport you behind back regardless. So they're not going to put up with it anymore with a lot of people coming here to have babies. Over the years, it used to be a thing of like, I guess people get away with it so many times, whereas a lot of kids that could travel, their parents are not citizen or resident, but they're American citizen. And then that gives the parent a pathway to get their green card, their visas. Because once your child become an adult, 18 years old, they could get their passport with, and be able to travel back and forth. They could actually live here because they're American citizen. And that's what they're trying to cut out, because some people will have a child here, even though they're not resident, they're not citizen. And when the child get to the age of becoming, they could file for their parents. And I think that's the problem, what they're having with that right there. They can't stop a child from filing for their mother or their father. You get it? When you could stop a spousal petition or whatever, filing for your parents and then you being a citizen, it's going to be very hard for them to put something, in place to say, well, you can't file for your mother, you can't file for your father. And that's the problem with that part. When you come here, you have your child. Back in the day, it didn't matter if you were a citizen or not, or a resident. And that's the truth. Good morning. Good morning. Master, so what? Say the weight. A wheelchair, how many flights have I been on? Over 100. I've been traveling since I was 8 years old, 8 years old, or before then, but that's what I know, that I have pretty much traveled hundreds of flights. Um, let me see. Sending master. So the answer is to be mad when that country wants to take care of itself. No one is mad. No one is mad at the country want to take care of itself. How would I be mad at the country that's protecting themselves? That's never the case. I'm just talking about it. I'm not mad at anything, because the thing is that I know where I'm from and I know exactly where I'm going. I'm going back to Jamaica to spend the rest of my life. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like, I don't see what's happening or I don't know what's happening. I'm just sharing the information. It's not about being mad. It's never about being mad. I'm never mad about anything. The only thing I ever get mad at is myself for doing something that I know I shouldn't have done, or it's affecting my life or my family in a negative way. I don't get mad over things because of people's actions. That's your action. That's your responsibility to take care of yourself, not mine. I only get mad when I see other innocent people getting hurt, and I won't stand there and watch certain things happen. I'm the type of person that will speak up for someone else if I see that they're getting violated or wrongfully accused or, viciously attacked. I won't just sit there and video it and not do something for the person instead of standing up for people. That's never been my thing. I'm just the type of person that believe in something and I'm speaking on it. You don't have to like it or not, and we can all agree to disagree, and anything in life, you know what I mean? Ascending master, so wouldn't you have the best interest of Jamaica as a Jamaican citizen? Of course, I'm a Jamaican citizen. I'm American citizen. I have dual citizenship. I've always had that for the past 20, almost 30 years now. I've been dual citizen. Where do I prefer? Jamaica. Why can't I go back to Jamaica right now? Because I have young kids that's going to school. They don't want to go back. So I have to just keep my backside here for, but I'm back and forth. Almost every month I go home. I haven't, well, that's a lie. I haven't went home in 2 months so far because of the kids. I'm waiting for the kids to get out of school. But it's a regular routine for me to go home as often as possible back to Jamaica. I have my home there. Always had a home there. I've had a home in Jamaica for over the past 20 plus years, almost 30 years. So I've always had somewhere in Jamaica. I've never forsake where I came from. I know where I'm from and I know exactly where I'm going because that's what I was told my grandmother. Never forget where you're from. Open eyes. Are you gonna? You see, open eyes. Are you gonna smoke some in Jamaica? I haven't smoked in over 15 years, to be honest with you. Ascending Master discuss things. I love this conversation. I love this conversation. You know, the thing is, a lot of people get mad at America for things that they're incorporating, which, not that. People are getting mad for things that's they've been doing for years illegally. Even if it's illegal or not, that's not the case. People have the right to talk about it. You know what I mean? People get upset when people say, "Oh, they shouldn't be doing this or they shouldn't be doing that." Yes, America is America. The moment you're from a different country and you arrive here in the United States, you have to follow their laws. You have to follow the rules, period. And if you get caught up with it, you're going to get treated just like an American. You're going to go to jail, prison, or most of the time you don't want is going to get deported back home. So if you do some things that's not right, believe this. If you have a visa, if you have a green card, you will get deported. Depends on mainly right now. If you even have a DUI, a drunk driving, you can get deported in America. Believe that. Even if it's 20 years ago, if they find you and you believe you don't have a green card for 20 years and you're thinking you're going to be safe, it's best to just get a citizenship after your first 10 years being in America. I could tell anybody that. Do not sit up here and keep on renewing your green card. Get your citizenship. A lot of people make that mistake when they get their green card. The first 5 years, if you're married, go ahead and file for your citizenship. Don't sit here and just keep on renewing your green card and expect that, if you get yourself in trouble, you're gonna get deported. If you get in trouble, especially if you have a federal charge. Especially now under this administration, a lot of people don't understand that if you came here and you're married, after 3 years or so, you could get your citizenship. You don't have to wait for the full 5 or so years to get your citizenship. You're married to an American citizen. Go ahead and file for your citizenship. Don't wait. A lot of people coming here illegal. I know that, but there's a lot of people going to Jamaica illegal, moving to UK illegal, moving everywhere in the world illegal. The truth is that every country have their rules and regulation, and you break them, you're going to jail. You're going to get deported in some state, some cases more like it. Some people, slide through the cracks. And you're always going to have those kind of people that's lucky enough to, slide through the cracks. But like I was saying, if you come here on a visa now and decide that you're going to or you're coming for that reason alone just to give birth in America, it's not a good idea because you won't be able to get a birth certificate for your child. That's what I'm trying to say. Good morning, you guys. Everyone believed that it's easy just to come to America and give birth, back in the day, and nothing comes of it. You get a birth certificate. I don't think they're giving those out anymore unless you're American citizen or a resident, permanent resident. And they made it clear. I'm not sure if it's a fact, but that's what they're saying. Now they have 12 countries that's being banned. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But I do know 80 is on it and a few other places. They haven't given the full list yet. I got to look it up. Good morning. It's the Ascending Master. UK is a complete disaster. Ask Paris how they're doing. Oh, gosh. It is? I didn't know that. As a lot of people is running away from the UK as well. I noticed in Jamaica they have a lot of returning residents, and most of them are actually from the UK. Um, a lot of people don't really want to address what's really happened in the UK. I don't know because I don't live there. I really don't. Let me see. Bestseller stores. Don't want to give up Jamaican citizens. Get your citizenship. Most of what Trump is doing, orders, we're always there. Let me see. He just chose to enforce. That's right. The thing is, a lot of people didn't know this. This is a plan that's been out for years. They just needed what they call it, a claffy, someone to implement it, make sure that it's happened, and he was eager to do it. So they pretty much, picked the right one to do the dirty work, which is something they've been had on the table. It's not the first time we ever heard of some of these actions. It's just the fact that he's the one to implement them and actually going out and striking the pen on it. Some people don't like what's happening. I don't like it for a lot of people. And what's really happening is a lot of mainly Mexicans, people from South America being deported, to be honest. They just deported 107 Jamaicans last week. Yeah, last week, because let me see, today's the 4th. Yeah, it was last in May. Last Thursday, to be exact, I think. They deported 107 Jamaicans on the same flight. One flight, that was it. And they claim that was the first, but I know that they've been sending, they just hide it. They don't really show a lot of the stuff that's happening, which is okay, I guess. The news media show what it wants to show. But as far as, going home, I believe a lot of the people that's getting, I'm not saying this, all of them, but a lot of stuff is going to get worse in Jamaica for a lot of people, for the simple fact that when they get some of these crazies going back there, that's upset that the fact that they sent back, they have no money. And believe it or not, some of them do have money going back or a home to go to. Some of them won't, though, because some people been here since they was like a kid. They know nothing about Jamaica. These particular people that's getting sent home, nothing about Jamaica. And they got to go back home to a country. They have no idea what to do. Some of them won't be able to find a job, and that's the truth. Some of them won't be able to even find some of their relatives because they've been away so long. Because even me, I go home a lot to Jamaica, and some of my relatives, I don't even know where they live, which I don't really care. But, you know, if you're desperate and in need, it's good to know where your family is at, or where they're from. The landscape have changed drastically over the years in Jamaica, where now you have high-rise building almost every, say, square block. You have a high-rise building, more than 4 stories. Some of them right now is like 10-story high in Jamaica, which I don't know why they're building them so high. So when people go and they're looking for those little town areas that they used to know or walk around, good luck with that part. They're not going to know where they're going. Some fortunate enough to have their loved one waiting on them there, which is a good thing. I believe that's a good thing. Sometimes, even though you might not get what you want when you call someone when they're abroad, and sometimes you don't know the situation that they're having it hard, because a lot of people here in America, believe it or not, is suffering in a sense where some of them can't go to work, some of them don't have nowhere to live, and believe it or not, there's a lot of foreigners here living under bridges. Some people don't know this. There's a lot of people in America that lives in a way where people might feel like America is paved with gold and silver and all is well. That's not the case for a lot of people. And it's not for the lack of not trying to find a job or holding a job. Things is tough. A lot of people got fired, laid off. Some people don't have no work and can't get any work. And some people are that does have a work afraid, because some of them are illegal too. So a lot of foreigners that comes here believe that all is well with America. All is not well with America. Good morning, you guys. I am not naked. Everybody say cover myself. I am not naked. I got clothes on. I got shorts on. And you can't see it probably. I got shorts on. I am not naked. Please stop saying that. I'm not stupid enough to come on here naked, okay? I'm not at the beach. I know that. Let me see, Pretty More. Hi, good morning, Pretty More. Good morning. America is fast paced, and that's the problem with get people all excited sometimes. Where I'm at, I'm in the rural country area, which I love. I'm not far from the city, but I don't like the city because I don't like the noise. Even though I'm where I'm quiet, I can still hear heavy vehicles not too far from me, but it's just a little bit more quiet. I'm close to the most of the forest area. Excuse me. Um, the thing about America is this: you could get tricked into the hype, and a lot of people is getting tricked that America, once you get here, you're gonna get rich. That's not the case. If you're willing to work hard, you could gain something from America. You could have something, and you can get rich. You could get lucky. You could get lucky. You can get lucky, but it's not gonna happen for everyone. I could tell you this: if you're coming to America to get lucky, good luck. It's a hard work. You could actually make something of yourself. I could tell you that. I can't say you won't make something of yourself. You can. Ascended Master. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ascended Master. Thank you for sellers of people here from all over come here pregnant and their kids automatically gets citizenship status. It was a loophole in the law to put people chat too much bragging about exactly that's it. Pacella's store. That's exactly there you go. You said it clear for me. Thank you. Let me see. Open eyes. Digital marketing to make money. Exactly. A lot of people doing online jobs and remote jobs, and they're doing well. A lot of people doing it, and that's okay. I think, to be honest, what's come happening in America now from the pandemic, people kind of sway away from working where they don't want to go out there anymore and do that hard labor, excuse me, excuse me, labor, and you can't blame them for that because the simple fact, it's rough in the sense to when you work independently, you have more freedom to do a lot of things, and a lot of people don't like to be confined anymore in a tight space. You can't blame them. You can't blame them. I don't like to be locked up nowhere for hours and hours right now. I like to be outside. I love outside. Remember, all of us destined to be in a box some point in time. You get what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time of when it's going to happen. So I don't see myself worrying about being cooped up in no tight space right now. Yeah, so back to the children, the citizenship is the best way to go. If you are a resident, if you're here and you have a green card, don't wait. Just go ahead and get your citizenship. Don't wait, because if you're using a green card, remember, we're just 6 months in with this administration. No one knows what's coming next. I believe it's going to get worse before it get better. I do believe it will get better, but I know it's going to get worse before it get better. A lot of people right now is suffering. Like I said, a lot of people losing their family. Like I watched the news last night. There are four or five siblings. I'm not sure. The oldest is 21 years old, and they're taking away the mother. The mother and the father is getting deported back to their country for the simple fact that they came here 20 years ago. I guess they applied for asylum and they never showed up for their appointment, which is another thing a lot of people not doing is showing up for their appointment because they're afraid. But any given way, it's 20 years ago this happened, over 2 decades or whatever. And now they're telling them they have to leave those kids. They started their life, they bought their home, which is good. Their kids have somewhere to sleep, but they're going to have to leave this country or get deported back home. And the kids are fighting for their parents to stay here because they say they've been a good citizen, whatever. Not citizens, excuse me. They've been paying their taxes. They've been doing what they're supposed to do, but they're still illegal because they never got their status adjusted. That's another thing a lot of people not doing is getting their status adjusted, like actually showing up for their appointment. Some people did run off their first appointment. They show up in the second one and never go for their appointment. and now they're paying the price, and it's a lot of people like that. And back for some of my fellow Jamaicans have done that too, and a lot of them are paying the price right now. That's why a lot of them went down on that 107 that went down on the flight last week. Some of them have done that, never showed up for their appointment, and sometimes they get themselves in like a little spin and get scared and run. No luck, only work. ODG, DFW, no luck here, only work. Yeah, that's the thing. We just have to work hard. That's all. Work hard, save your money, and do what you can with it. Try to make a way for yourself. And then another thing is a lot of people take so many chances and the time ran out, when it come on to the immigration situation. That's basically what happens. Listen, I feel bad for everyone. I believe, well, my belief doesn't matter, to be honest. What I say right now doesn't matter. What we all do as an individual doesn't matter, because they make the laws, they make the rules. You abide by it, or you're going to get sent home. And back in the day, in some sense, like an immigration issue used to be just an immigration issue. Now it's also a police issue. I'm going to tell you what happened in Florida now. If you plan to come to Florida and you're illegal and a cop stop you in a car, you're going to get detained once you're illegal, because it's a crime. You're going to get locked up, detained, and deported. Period. If I ever say, okay, I have someone illegal in my household, I could also get charged and fined for doing that. That's another law that a lot of people don't know. Most of the deputies, not all, in Florida though, been deputized as ICE officers, the immigration officers, if you guys want to be clear on that. So, for instance, if I'm driving traffic, just a simple traffic stop, they stop me. I have someone in the passenger side and they're illegal. I could get charged as well with them or for them, in a sense, whatever, fined. I'm not sure if it's jail time or not for me, but it would be for me. But it would be the fact that they're going to get charged. They won't be able, you know, to get out of it because they're illegal. It's it's actually a crime to be illegal in Florida. And that's why a lot of people not coming to Florida. Florida have gotten to the point where if you get here and you believe that you could just walk around just willy-nilly and do something, and they can ask you for your ID. They can. And get away with it because it's actually enforced in the law. The police officers became immigration officers, and a lot of people don't know that. And I don't know why they don't make it, publicize it more, that people could know. They went up into, let me see, somewhere like last week, and they scooped up like 100 people at their job on the site. So now you have a bunch of abandoned houses down here that cannot be built because they're taking the people that's building the houses. So Florida is going to feel it sooner than most places because they're doing it so rampant. You could go for dinner. You could just be partying. You could be doing anything fun and get detained by ICE or immigration officers without, there's no due process for you at the end of the day. I'm gonna tell you why they're not making it. They don't care. They just don't care. You won't even get your day in court for some of these cases. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. A lot of people have not got their day in court. And the simple fact for that, hey, they could do what they want. They're not supposed to be doing it, but it's happening. And that's the truth. Is it a fact? The people that's getting deported could tell you. They're the one that's talking about it, that they're not getting their time. They're saying it, not me. Some people said they'll show up for a date and they hold them and that's it. Bye bye birdie. They're on the next flight. That's just a fact. A lot of people don't like people to talk about it because they say, oh, you talk too much, you shouldn't be talking about it. But it is what it is. It's a fact. It's not made up stories. These are people's lives and real lives, and they're talking about it. Let me see, Jennifer. Jimmy, Marlon, good morning. Hi, good morning. I didn't see you there. David, big up yourself. Thank you, David. Good morning. Good morning. Ascendant Master is supposed to be like anywhere. Florida is just enforcing. Well, that's true. I'm not saying they're not supposed to. I'm just telling people, like, be careful. You get what I'm saying? I can't tell the law what to do. It's a law. Listen, I'm on this earth to live my life. I do the best that I can. I teach my children the right from the wrong. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to tell people what to do. People do what they want to do. I'm just letting you be aware that if you do these things and you know you're not right, because if I was on the other end knowing that I cannot or I'm not supposed to be doing certain things, I'm not going to do it, because guess what? I'm trying to live my life to the fullest. I don't want nobody altering my time, my space, or telling me, holding me in a cell somewhere and telling me when to eat, when not to eat, when to get up, stuff like that. I like to have control of my life. So I'm just saying to some people, like, instead of you coming here and knowing that you're not supposed to be, if you have a visa and you're coming to have a baby, don't do it, because there's a possibility you also will get detained, deported. You just have a newborn baby, you're going to get locked up and detained. It's illegal. They're making it illegal for you to do it, to come here. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling people not to do what they want to do. Do whatever you like. It's not me doing it. Good morning, you guys. Good morning. And thank you guys for showing up. I'm trying to see if anybody in here that's... Good morning, everyone. Thank you for showing up. Let me see. CJ. Yo. Oh, thank you, CJ. Let me see. Priscilla Store. That's taxpayers' money, so that's why they are not getting help. Well, that is true. Everything you're saying is true. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. That is true, Priscilla Store. Everything you're saying is facts, and that's basically it. The thing is that America have this thing now where, well, not now. It's been that way. Everything is about money for America. Remember, if you go and you apply for a visa, they make it clear, which they claim is paperwork or whatever. But remember, once you apply for that visa, even if you don't get it, they keep that money, right? So you know it's a chance. In life, everything is a chance. But with America, is mainly this. It's the money for them. Always been about the money. If you hear them talk, and which is for a lot of us too, it's money. Money do make your life a little bit easier. It doesn't really make you happy. Well, in some cases, it does make you happy at certain times. I don't care what nobody say. Money do make you happy at certain times, especially once you're getting it in your hand. For that, even for a second, do it really help the country? Yes, it does. Taxpayers' money. They keep on saying taxpayers' money, but most of the time, taxpayers ain't seeing crap. Taxpayers just see what they already put into the system. When a person get a tax refund, if they do get a tax refund, it's their own actual money they're getting back. Because remember, if a person work less than the poverty line, when they file for their taxes, the government make up for them. The actually people that don't work gets more than the person that works in America. So you know how it works. Do the math. It's just always been that way in America. America is a place of opportunity. If you can find it, if you find it, you take it. I tell anybody that. Just take it. If you come to America, you get a chance. You slide through the cracks and things is working for you, work it to the fullest. Rinse it. I can't tell nobody what to do. But the thing is this, you come here, you're going to get caught and get sent home and live in a box for months before you even get sent home. I don't think that makes sense to me. That's why I won't do certain things and I won't encourage certain things. At the same time, I cannot tell people what not to do or what to do. It's just the fact I'm just letting you be aware that these things are happening, especially for people that's even applying for going to school, a school visa, or I forgot the number what they call it, but some people cannot get that right now. They're cutting that out completely. Some people cannot get visas anymore for the simple fact they don't fall under certain category to get visas anymore. No, I did not vote for Trump. Okay, I did not. I am not a Trump supporter. Never been. Never voted for Trump. So please don't ask again about him. Why would I? I'm a Jamaican. Yes, I am American citizen as well, but I am not a supporter of Trump and never will be. I love people too much. I don't believe people should be treated the way they're being treated right now. I don't believe that people should be forced to be separated from their families. I don't believe that people should be pretty much victimized because right now, not a lot of the things that's happening, it's just easy for them to do, and they're doing it. That's it. And a lot of people didn't want to show their authority. Some officers are really using that privilege that they got right now to make life hard for a lot of people. And life already been hard for a lot of people. I'm going to go over this again, and that a lot of you guys don't know what's happening in America. A lot of people right now cannot buy food, as simple as food, okay? Get this straight. A lot of people are losing their homes. A lot of people lost their jobs from January right now that's about to lose their homes. Cannot pay their mortgage, cannot pay their rent. Old people, older people that's in their 50s, 60s, 70s right now, about a lot of them about to be homeless because they cannot pay their mortgage, they cannot pay their bills, they cannot buy their food. Old people. You hear me? So America right now is making the place real. And listen, they're messing with Medicaid and Medicare. That's a whole different story. I don't want to get into that yet because they have not really passed that bill, and I hope they never will. But older people, which I do feel sorry for, that still have to work to pay their bills, they cannot afford their rent. Some of them living in mobile homes, that's living in mobile homes right now, cannot afford to even pay a month's rent or buy food. They're still working at 70, 80. I've seen 70 and 80-year-olds in supermarket bagging food. Okay? So America is not as great as they want it to seem. I'm not saying it's the worst place to be. No, it's a damn good place to be if you got it right. If you didn't get it right and you messed up somewhere along the line, you're going to pay for it in your older years. I'm going to tell you this much. And that's the reason why a lot of people run from America right now. You hear a lot of them say, oh, I'm going to a different country to live. Because they can't cut it here, some of them. Same Americans. Don't believe Americans haven't leave and go to other countries, even living illegal right now. A lot of them are living illegal right now. Okay? Like I said, back to this. People cannot afford to pay their car note, cannot afford to pay their bills, cannot afford to buy food. And there's a lot of people out there like this. So don't get it twisted. Don't feel like America is all, gold and silver everywhere, just sparkly all over the place, and people are living a lavish lifestyle. No, that's not true. It's a few that, and if you are a couple and you stick together and you earn a certain amount of money, that most of the time, that's what help a lot of relationships, is when they stick together, they work together. Being a single person and living a certain kind of lifestyle, and if you're rich, you're okay. You're not into the category I'm talking about, because a lot of people are fortunate enough that they can afford certain things, are smart enough or make certain good decisions in their early years. The best time to make certain decisions is in your early years. Good decisions, to be honest. Excuse me, don't wait till you're in your 40s and 50s, but it's never too late. That's the thing. It's never too late to correct something. And a lot of people don't know that. You don't sit up there and just mope and, or like my grandma said, sad and moan about something that you done messed up on. Brush yourself off. Move on to the next. But a lot of people are suffering here in America. Don't get it twisted that people is just having a grand old time and living good. A lot of people want to come to America for the simple fact they believe it's going to be better. I worked since I was 4. That's right, a lot of us, and that's a good thing. But it's also good day. Let me see, Nomadic 121. Good, you're pretty rich. Congrats to you. The thing is, a lot of people don't understand that when it comes down to the lifestyle we choose will determine the rest of our life, especially in your younger years. If you live a lavish lifestyle and you take your money and just waste it on girls, that some men do, women, clothes, shoes that ain't worth nothing after you wear it 2 or 3 times, cars. It's nice to have a nice vehicle to get around. In some areas, I can't say anything to anyone because you do need to have a vehicle. If you live in certain neighborhoods in America, you have to have a car because ain't no bus running there. Where I live at, ain't no bus running there. A bus run like every hour to 2 hours. Some places, like if you live in Orlando or those surrounding areas, or Miami, Fort Lauderdale, you're good. You will find that you could get public transportation in those places, but some places there's no public transportation, so you have to have at least two cars, and to be safe, three, to survive and get around. So if you have a job to get to, you don't have a problem, or you always have, your rent a car membership and whatever, you could just get a rent a car immediately to help you if you have one of them go down or something. But other than that, I'm telling the truth, people are having it really hard here. You work just to pay bills. You're not just getting up, making the money and keeping it. It's so many things for the money to go into as you get it. Light bills don't take 30 days no more. Within 20 to 25 days, your light bill is due. Same thing with your water bill. Same thing with your gas bill. Your mortgage, the same thing. A lot of people, it's just in 25 days, you got a bunch of bills to pay. And it is what it is. I could tell anybody right now, America is nice if you're smart. And if you come here on, I don't care how you come here. If you come here and you get an opportunity to be able to work a certain amount of money and save, 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 save. I could tell anybody, save. Don't squander your money on clothes. Don't squander your money on pretty sparkly things. Try to save. And that's the only way to get in and get out, if that's your plan to get out of it. Or if you're going to live good, just live good and whatever. But like I said, a lot of old people right now is being evicted out of their condos, houses, because they can't afford it. They just can't afford it. They can't maintain because the job is not for them anyway. And when you get older, nobody really wants to hire you. So all the jobs they could find is either working in some supermarket or little stores, being a help for a few hours or whatever. And they can't work more than 20 hours per week because the simple fact, if they're getting a little bit of benefit, if they work over that time, they'll lose their benefit or they'll not get enough. Because a lot of old people would like to do more, but they can't because they still want that little pension or whatever benefits they're getting. So they work just the minimum, but the bare minimum with even their pension cannot help them. So they're suffering and they can't pay their some people that have a condo right now, if you owe a certain amount of money, you pretty much will never be able to like own it. Maintenance fee, adjustments. Every day is something new they come up with owning a condo. People HOA fees. And that's why I'm against community living, because the fact that it's too many fees involved when you're retiring. When you're retiring, you do not need to be paying so many fees. Ascended Master. Ascended Master, can I get a big up Mac and what? A Big Mac? Okay, a Big Mac. You can get a stress test. Oh Lord Jesus. So it's a lot of things that's happening what people take for granted, and when they get to the old age, they feel it. You see, nomadic. You say, hey yo, you might be onto something. Oh, good morning, good morning. Nomadic 121. It's about life changes, and a lot of us don't take it serious until the latter part of our years when we get old. And back to the immigration stuff, back to the visa stuff, I could tell you this. If you plan to live here on a green card, on a visa, it's not going to work out well for you. Just go ahead and get a citizenship. Get it. That's all I could tell anyone. If you're planning to live in America and you're young right now, work hard. Save your money. Save as much as possible. I'm not telling anyone how to spend their money, but save. You know what I'm saying? Saving is the best way to survive this place. Save as much as you can. Minimize your spending, your lifestyle. Some of the stuff is always going to be here, It's always going to be here. The noise is always going to be around. Partying, having a good time. Some people don't mind because they have it like that. But if you're a broke person, be careful how you're spending because you might wind up homeless. Just send it, Master. Let me see. People need to start doing their research. The information is out, and if they need, they could think everything was cut and dry. Yeah, a lot of people thought everything was cut and dry. Pacella's story. You're right. Let me see. I came here when I was very young. My mom became a citizen before I was 18. I could have gotten my citizenship through her. However, I chose not to. I did it on my. A lot of people have done on their own, and I did too. I did the same thing on my own. I didn't wait for someone to give it to me, but I knew that time that I had to get it done because at that point they were starting to do some of the same thing that's happening now. You're right. Excuse me. They've been wanting to implement some of these actions. It's just the fact that they needed someone to really be bold enough to do it, and they find the right one. Good morning. What can we see? Oh Lord, some of these people message me see silent. A1, let me see, we need to plant. Well, that is true. We do need to plant, but some people don't have a backyard to plant it in. People would love to plant their back. Well, I've seen people do things in tight spaces, but everyone can do that, and depends on where you live. It's only going to be a seasonal thing because some places like freeze really bad, and no matter what, it ain't nothing going to grow there unless it's springtime, of course. Let me see, free God, free. Let me see, A, free Gaza. Let me see, Edward Williams. Everything is it's true. Let me see. Let me see. Good morning, Edward Williams. Let me see. You know, a lot of us um, have a problem with America because we don't get exactly what we want. But when you come to America, it's for you to take advantage of a situation if it's given to you. Um, Full advantage of it. Yes, I said it. The opportunities. If you come here in the beginning and you come here straight, which is you having your green card or you have your visa and you're on the right track, stay on the right track, utilize it as much as you can. Do the best for yourself, your family, whatever you can. Don't get up and try to pretend as if you don't see what can happen if you do the make the wrong turn as far as getting yourself into trouble, go to jail, prison, whatever, or just simply as getting locked up. Keep yourself on the right path. Follow the rules. Listen, the best way to get ahead in America, just follow the rules, play by the rules. You'll be cool, to be honest. You will be. But when you get here, don't get distracted with whatever else is going on. A lot of us get distracted with the hype of other people's lifestyle, how they live, what they're doing. We'll come and see somebody come to America and you never had a car before. All of a sudden, you want the biggest of car, which is okay. Keep it in your mind. Hold that thought. Yes, you're working some money, you save it. You save as much as you can. Get yourself sorted out first before you start spending. Some people came here, they're illegal, but they bought house. They bought cars. They have ties here, yes, but they're still illegal and they will get sent home. Or if they become illegal, they're going to get sent home. So you're owning the house. The good thing, if you have children, well, you will leave it to your kids. So you'll have someone to leave it to. But what if you don't? It's probably going to go to the government when they grab you and they ship you home. So some of the actions, you have to really be careful. You know what I mean? I'm not telling no one how to live. I'm just saying, if you're going to come here to live, make sure you know what you're doing. The seller store. Know that if you came to the U.S., you became a citizen. You had a kid here in the U.S. If the child get into trouble with the law, do you know by law they can deport your child to Jamaica? Well, some of them just finding that out. Some people just finding that out. Some people did not know that, and that's the truth. A lot of people didn't know that. They believe all is well because they came not knowing that they can be deported just as much. And that's why a lot of the people that's being sent home sometimes don't know Jamaica. When they get back to Jamaica, they have no idea because they've been here all their life. And even though they might believe it's just the fact that they came here when they was young. Some of them was actually born here, but the mother and father don't have no proof of it. I've seen people get sent home just because they don't have proof. They talk like Jamaican, but they're actually born here in America and they're getting sent home. So, things happen like that all the time. It's a regular thing to happen. It's a common assault, as they call it in Jamaica. I could tell people this. Some of the things that's happening, people getting deported, it's just more like being publicized more and more now because it's been happening. It's not today thing. It's not like it's new. It's just new to a lot of people because now we have the internet. Now we actually have an outside source of getting the information, which is the internet. The internet is now bigger than it used to be. Back in the day, people that used to we all had to just depend on the regular news. You get it? Now we don't. We could hear from each other. We could, and then some people back in the day couldn't read either. So even when a newspaper in front of them telling them this is happening, they couldn't read. They couldn't tell what was really happening in the news. You get what I'm saying? So that's another thing. But now you have the internet. You have other ways, Instagram. You have TikTok. You have the other platforms that give you really the dark secret of the news, because they do have some places you can go. One of them I know, but I'm not going to mention on YouTube, that you could go to and you get all the tea on what's really happening. They don't want to talk about it, but those places you go on the internet, you will find the hot news, and some of it is facts. It's not just all made up stories. These are facts. Some of them you have to be skeptical on, because common sense, some of it don't make no sense. But the reality is, you can actually look up something if you need to, like Priscilla's store says. If you really want to know something, you could Google it, you could look it up. Not saying it's going to be facts or truth, but you could read it. And by you going through the pages, some things is public knowledge, public information. Is not just the fact that you hearing it from me or someone else that say they read the news. You could get up and actually find it out for your own, on your own, by just Googling it. And there is information out there for everyone to find. It's just the fact some people don't look for it. If you put anything in, it will come up, and it's just for you to cipher out. Once you go on something and you see it's in more than 2 or 3 different stories, most of the time that's truth. The ones that you just put in the information and you only see it in one story, most of the time that's false. To me, that's how I look at it. I have to see it repeatedly over and over for me to say, okay, this seems like it's something to look into. I don't just jump by the first thing I hear before I come on and talk about it or whatever. I try to make sure it's real and it's not a made-up story. But things happen every day that we just never hear about too, It's a lot of things that's happening we don't hear anything about. And that's just the way life is. Good morning, Edward Williams. Let's see, Priscilla's store. These laws, rules, executive orders have always been in, like you said, and I've always thought the same thing. People don't know this stuff. They just needed someone to really implement it. Go out and just make sure that, hey, this is going to happen and we want it done now. And it's happening for a lot of people. That's surprise. It's not surprise. I've never been surprised. I believe from the day I start understanding the place I'm living and understanding that this America is not for the simple, the faint of heart, or for people that's just, happy-go-lucky. You will want to be happy-go-lucky in this place at times, but then the reality always kick you on the ass. You have to be firm with yourself, understand yourself in this place. You can't be lollygagging and playing around if you're a serious person about your life. If you're a serious person about your life and where you want to be, what you want to have out of life, you have to be serious from the beginning. You can't wait till you're 30 and 40 and 50 to do it, which is, like I said, never too late to correct yourself. But you play around too much, you will get burned. I'm going to tell you that much. Trying to sort yourself out in the latter end or the later part of your life is not the best idea for anyone. That's why when I got here and I know myself, I always say, okay, I know what it's all about. This is not where I want to spend the rest of my life. I don't want to be here when I'm 50 plus years old. I'm trying to get the hell out of here. I love it here in some sense, yes, because I'm going to be honest. It's easier than a lot of country to live in. America is easier for a lot of people for the simple fact that in some ways, not all, you can actually make money if you know how to. You can actually live a good life if you know how to. You have to know to separate yourself from a lot of things in order to live a good life in America. You can't get up and worry yourself too much, but at the same time, you can't forget where you came from. You can't forget some of the people that you might be around. And being too friendly with everyone will also get you in a place of sorrows if you're not careful. Some people is not good to team up with in America. I'm going to tell you that much. If you're a foreigner from another country, I'm not saying all American, because I've met some beautiful American people, all different color, all different nation. But some of them is the worst set of people to team up with and believe that you're going to have a good life having them in your life. No, some people are crosses, as Jamaican call it, crosses. Some people come in your life, they're my straight crosses, straight trouble. Some of them come in, they're envious, they're jealous, knowing that you're from another country and you might have something that they wanted or should have had, or they felt like they should have had it before you. Not everyone is like that, because some people genuinely love people or want to be your friend. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, just listen to what I'm saying before you start judging. Some people are crosses. Some people just come in your life and destroy you. And believe that. Man or woman, sometimes even your same relationship. The people you're sleeping with, laying with as your companion, might be your worst enemy. Which is anywhere. It could be Jamaica too, just the same. But what I'm saying in America, if you have to really know yourself and you have to pick wisely who you're sleeping with, who you're befriending, who befriending you, who your children keeping friends with, because that could also be the biggest disaster. Your children, the friends that they keep could be your biggest disaster. Oh, this one mom want to meet you. This one father want to meet you. Get friendly, and you get caught up in a big pile of ish. So, like I said, you have to know yourself. This thing is happening every day to a lot of people. Some people just don't talk about it. But I've experienced some of it, and I'm telling you, I've experienced where my child almost got killed because of another child. Violently, too, it would have been. My carelessness of being friends with certain people, allowing my child to be friendly with this person. I could have lost my child's life. Um, Things happen to people that they're just trying not to talk about. I could have lost my child when he was 9 years old, my older child, because I was friends with someone, a woman. There wasn't no relationship kind of thing. It was friend, just friend, being friends. And I allowed my child to be at their house just for a few, split couple minutes. And all I know, my child had right above his heart the biggest scar. If that knife would have went in, my child would have passed away. So things have happened over the years where I take responsibility for it, because that was my mistake and me choosing friends. And that's some of the reasons why I'm not too keen on being friendly with people and their children and running around. And I'm not a pessimist. I'm an optimist, but at the same time, I'm very skeptical who I let in my life, and I'm gonna choose wisely of the people and how close I get them to me. And if I meet someone and everything, then judgmental, being judged. I hate a judgmental person draw a judgment, not really knowing the facts or the truth before they draw a judgment. Judgmental people are the worst people to be with, because let me tell you something. Them people, when they come into your life, them will destroy you. Them will make you think the worst. Sorry, you guys, I'm getting some messages here. They will think the worst, and they're not the best people to be around. That's basically it. Good morning. Let's see. Utilize the libraries. They do. A lot of people don't go to the libraries. Never go to the libraries. Some people never go to the libraries, you guys. Um, when it comes down to the lifestyle we have here in America, a lot of people feel like all is well. You see the sun is coming out, you guys? It's beautiful. I'm going to show you guys a little part of my mess here. See that? That's the light is coming up now. That's Florida for you. You're going to hear birds. You're going to hear all kind of creatures. Believe it or not, it's beautiful in the morning. But by the afternoon, we're going to pretty much be, if you guys could see out there, if y'all want to see. See how it's looking now? Let me give y'all a side view instead of just my face. Um, America is something that a lot of people want to come to, and I don't blame them, because the way. But if you come here, just know yourself. Just know yourself. Don't sit there and feel as if you should come here and just change. Some people come here and change totally. Put it like that. I know a lot of people that come to America, and the moment they get to America, they've completely changed the way they look at life. They forgot what their plans were. They forgot where they came from. They forget the grandmother and the grandfather that used to feed them and make sure they're okay. They forget about the one family member that used to be there for them. A lot of people change. And the reason why I think they change is because when they get here, they get caught up with their new friends and their new family and forget. Some people even had a good relationship, back home with kids and family, that they said they're coming here to help, and they forget about them. Good morning, Missy. I'm sorry. Good morning, RNC. How you doing? A lot of people came here with their own family and said they're going to start over. America can destroy you. America can build you and it can destroy you. Some people even come here with their own family members, like their children, their wives, and forget like even that they even came here with them, disappeared on them, live a total different life, just change. And America can do that to you if you don't know yourself, if you're weak. You have to be strong. When you come to America, you have to be strong. You have to be a strong person. It's not for the weak. It is for the wicked though, I could tell you that much. America can be for the wicked. Let me see. Jeanette Sinclair. Good morning. How you doing, Jeanette? That's the Azubi. Hi, how you doing? Miss Marty. I am from, what's that, Miss Marty? I can't pronounce it correctly. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Hi, I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Edward Williams. Don't like to face. Yes, it's a lot of those. And especially in America. A lot of people don't know. America, you will find two-faced people. You'll find even three-faced people. And those are the ones you have to worry about. Because they're friends with you. They're friends with he, she, and everybody else. And those are the people that's dangerous. Um, Friends with your enemy. And they're friends with you, so you know what's going on right there. You're living with a bunch of mess if you're not careful. So that's the thing for me and people why I don't really keep a lot of, well, I wouldn't say a lot. I don't keep friends. I have siblings. I have three siblings. I have my mother, which is my father passed away a couple of years ago, so I don't have him anymore. That used to be one of my biggest supporter and friend at one point. Even though he also had a little moment where I had to like dismiss myself from him. I loved him, but it's my father, but I had to separate myself for a moment. I love I love people. I just don't like people ways. I don't hate people. I just cannot stand foolishness for long. I tend to open my big mouth and tell you exactly who I am the minute you meet me, because I rather do that so you know what you're dealing with. You like me or you don't. I've learned to be honest with myself so I could be honest with everyone else. Over the years, I used to hide myself from people, like how I can really be. I am not judgy. I give you the benefit of the doubt until you prove me that, hey, you're wrong. I am this kind of person. I give everyone a chance in my life. If I choose to give you a part of my life, I choose to give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't start judging you because you even tell me the worst thing about yourself. If I believe though it's against what I truly believe in, I just won't be friends with you. But at the same time, I try not to be judgy, and everything you tell me, I just take it as face value. That's what you said. That's what you said. I'm not going to sit up here and judge you for it. Who the hell am I? You know what I mean? I'm not God, and I'm not a judge. I didn't come on. That's too much work. I cannot give no one no form of rental space in my head or real estate in my head to say, oh, I'm going to worry about what she did or he did. No, that's on you. I just know that I just don't want to be a danger to me and my family. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I hope all is well with everyone. Azubi. Thank you. Thank you. Azobi, I guess that's your name. Incognita. Yeah, I'm from Jamaica. I don't. It's hard for persons to have home for years and still be. Well, that's true. I do believe so. Incognito. It's 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 a two-sided thing, I guess. Depends. Let me see. Edward Williams. I don't like older people having young mentality. Well, that's a lot of places. A lot of people never grow up, and I found that out, that some people believe that even when they're 60 and 70, they think they're 20, 25, and 30. That's just a lot of people thinking, and I leave them alone. I don't mess with people like that usually, because it's hard. If a person is 60 years old and they still don't know themselves, they're not my type of people. Because if you can't know that you're 60 and know to operate a certain way as a 60-year-old, something is wrong with you. But that's for you to figure out, not me to tell you about it. You know, I'm not going to sit there and tell somebody how they should live their life. But I do understand what you're saying, and I don't care for people like that, to be honest, because you're 60 and 70, and I'm telling you, you're 60 and 70 years old, and I'm watching you doing things as if you think you're 30. No, I'm not with that. Because I'm in my 40s, and I know exactly who I am. And I choose to live my way, you choose to live your way, but we can't. Let me see, incognito. Let me see, Edward Williams. We don't like. Good morning, everyone. Let me see, Nadine, first time. Good morning. Good morning. You know, it's up to us as people to decide how we want to live in life. I'm not here to tell anyone how to live. You know, if you choose to be nonchalant, not caring about your own life, do whatever you want. Hey, that's your life. You want to throw it away? Go ahead. I'm not telling anyone to throw their life away or live it a certain way or whatever. It's on you. It's your life. Who am I to tell you how to live it? It's just the fact that I know that I can't live my life a certain way and I don't want to. I'm 40 plus years old. God give or take, I maybe have another 20 on this earth. Fortunate, I get the privilege to live to 65, 70, maybe 80. I don't know if I want to live beyond that, but at the same time, I'm not God. I can't decide when to live and when not to live. If he wants to do whatever, that's on him. And that's it. But I can't sit here and say, I'm going to pretend as if I don't know my age and live carelessly. I can't live careless. I don't choose to live careless. I don't want to live careless. Um, do I really get up and worry about it every day? Hell no. I don't worry about things anymore. Because guess what? I'm not trying to die young either. I consider myself still a pretty good age, so I'm not trying to destroy myself. So I don't get up and worry about everything. And I will tell anyone on here, do not get up and worry about everything that's going on. Just try to live righteous, live right for yourself and your family. If you have a family, if you even don't have a family, you have yourself, don't you? Live good for yourself, live right for yourself, live within your right. Every man have their own right and belief, and that's it. Life is not perfect, but you can make it perfect for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And happiness is a choice. I believe getting up, you're not going to feel happy. Even if you have $1 million, you're not going to get up and be smiling every morning. Some days you're going to get up either with aches, either you're going to have some bad memories, either you're going to have something you have to deal with what you don't want to face. Either you're going to get up and you have a family member that you really care about going to have a tough time or going to be having a tough time. You see, Coronation of Lucifer and Lucifer. Oh, anyways, some of the things that we fail to understand about what's going on here in life, we practically believe that we have control and we're going to live forever. We're in a situation, it's a temporary situation for all of us, no matter who you are, no matter how much power you have. So I believe that all the people that gets up and believe that they control everything, even the one that's making decisions, they're not going to last forever. Everyone have an expiration date. No matter how much power you have right now, you still have an expiration date. We're all going in a little hole somewhere or a little jar somewhere in latter years because we all have a number. We just don't know our numbers, or everybody numbers are different. And the thing about me, I'm not afraid of what to come. I've never been afraid of it. It's a reality. I just try, that's why I try to just live my best life now and enjoy life, respect people, and I respect life. I respect the fact that I'm alive. I love that I'm alive and I'm going to enjoy it. And I will tell anyone, just live the best way you know how. Your number is let's see, Tupac, greatest of all times. You know, everyone get up and they complain about what's happening here, what's happening there. No one is guaranteed tomorrow. So, if you come here to America, you're living your life in America, and you get an opportunity, you want to take it, that's on you. I'm not telling no one what to do. If you're living here illegally and you're already on the run, which is a lot of people on the run, and you're taking your chances, all I could tell anyone, try to save, put your money away, and try to leave before they grab you, because anyone they hold right now and they said it, they're gonna send you home and you won't be able to come back here legally. And a lot of people not listening to that part of it. When you leave on your own, you have a chance of coming back to America legally. When you don't, and they deport you and send you home, you won't be able to come back and get adjustment of status. You won't be able to come back and get a green card. No matter what the situation, that's what they're saying, and they're making that in law. So a lot of the times when they hear me telling people don't do this, don't, that's the only reason why I'm explaining to you guys. Some people feel like you're just talking shit out your mouth. No, that's not the case. Sometimes you have to understand that you don't have control over a situation, but if you have control, you do have control over your own life and your decision. I really and truly believe if you get up and make that decision of going home on your own, it's better for you. I'm not saying get up and just cut, dry, and leave without get yourself in order. I'm just saying you do have a better opportunity when you get back to your land or wherever you're from, because you have more control. No one is holding you. When you get to the airport, you're pretty much leaving on your own to go home. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people not understanding what I've been saying about that. And a lot of people that's used to come here, even from Jamaica right now, which they don't know, the visas that used to get to go to college and all of that, right now that's in limbo. I'm not even sure what the status with that is right now. I have to really go back and look at it because they haven't really put all the information out. But a lot of people won't be able to get those visa, those school visas and work visas. Some people gonna still get it because guess what? America need people to work, to be honest. Because with all the deportation they have going out, they're gonna still have to get people to come back in and do some of these jobs because American is not gonna be out there in the field doing those jobs. American is not gonna be standing in some of them stores doing anything because they know truth. America, a lot of American people that's in America right now know how to hustle and make money without actually physically going out there every day. And that's the plan for a lot of young people right now. They don't want to be out there every day, and you can't even blame them because hey, what's really out there when you go in there and you work for even the government and you still getting fired the moment you walk through the door because they say you're not doing enough hours or you're not showing up. A lot of people lost their jobs because of these situations. A lot of people lost their jobs just by being there, doing everything right, and still getting fired, still getting put out. And those are the people that's suffering right now too, because some of them did go ahead and made their decision to get this administration in, and now they're facing the repercussions. They're facing everything, or more like they're getting everything they paid for. Put it like that. They're getting what they paid for. They're getting what they asked for. Is it something to gloat about? No, not really, and not laugh about, but it's a matter to think about. Let me see. Fitzroy Phillips, good morning. How you doing? Good morning, Fitzroy. I didn't see you there. Good morning, John Vanasquez. If I like pineapple pizza, I actually do. That's the weirdest part about it. I actually do. Um, Incognito, could earn, if you could earn in Jamaica what you earn in the US. Yes, I would, but it's not about earning for me right now. It's more like my kids. It's not about me earning what if I could earn what I earn. It's not that why I'm not back in Jamaica. I'm not back in Jamaica because of my children. They're young kids. That's one is 12 and one is going to be 15 soon. Excuse me. One is going to be 12, one is going to be 15 soon. And last year we was going to go back to Jamaica. The hurricane hit. Some of the school was destroyed, and it made me think twice of my decisions. I had to rethink my decisions, and I'm the type of person like this. I'm not. I don't have to really like the path I made for myself. I don't have to just get up and say, "Oh, that's it for me." I could make a decision, say, "I'm gonna do this," and if it doesn't work out, I could change my mind. I've made that path for myself. I've made preparation where if I want to do something, I could actually do it because of the fact I've made that path for myself. I've got up, did exactly what I was supposed to do in my younger years. So I have choices. I made sure I had choices. I didn't put myself in one single straight path. I've made a corner here, a corner there, straight ahead, and I don't watch what's behind me, but I know what's behind me, so I know where I'm heading. Put it like that. So when I went home last year and it didn't work out where the schools that I wanted to send the kids to was destroyed, um, the kids also didn't like it. We ain't had internet the whole time we was down there. Even when we left, it was no internet, which is a no-no for me because with the kids, they have to be able to use the internet. So that's a problem they was fussing about. The light took maybe a month and a half to come back in the area that got destroyed. My house did not get destroyed, but we ain't had no light, we ain't had no internet. Yes, um now I'm shipping a generator, but the fact that I couldn't even get a generator to buy in Jamaica, I was looking for a generator, couldn't find a generator for like the whole time. I went online, they say they had it when all the generators was out. So I was trying to get generator. Even if I got the generator, I would just have light, but I still wouldn't have any internet. Well, I did have internet on my phone to a certain degree, but it was limited, and it's my T-Mobile internet. My house was in good condition. It's just that I had no light, no internet. I had water, but no, none of those things. And that's the sad part about it. For months, you had to go, and I don't want to do that to my kids. Like mosquitoes was killing them. That's another thing. They came up. Even me, I still have mosquito bites from last year on me. That's how much I scratch. So when I went home and I decided that I was gonna stay home we went home last July. That was for me to get them into school. That was for me to get myself together, go get us a car, all the stuff that I wanted to do. That was the plan, to go get a new car, get them into school and just start living in Jamaica. Well, unfortunately, the school that I wanted was destroyed, completely. I mean, half of it was demolished. The next thing was, like I said, the service was poor when it comes down to the internet, the light. There was none for months, almost 2 months. And I thought about all these things, and the kids saying they didn't want to stay. And I didn't have a choice more than to make a different, decision. Like, I'm going to come home and call it a day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to come back for now. And plenty of times I look at things like this. It's not, once they get older, I don't have to worry so much. But for now, I am a mother first, a wife, um, and I don't want my children to be miserable, because I never had a parent to look out for me completely, to put me first, and we try to put our children first, because the fact that we brought them into this world, they didn't ask to be in this world. So even though I might want something, I think about my children. As much as I want to be selfish, I can't. I want to give them a fair shake at life. I want them to be able, and I'm showing them, like, the things that I'm saying right to you guys. Trust me, I beat it in my kids' head. It's up to them to take it in, especially these last two little ones that I have right now, because they're in a different world than 10 years ago. You know what I mean? They're coming into this world not understanding, where I'm showing them, like, don't do this, don't do that, don't be like this, don't be like that, but it's still them. They have to be their own person at one point in life. When they get old enough, they're going to have to say, okay, it's my life, whatever. But my mama and my daddy taught me this, and this is how I see how they live, decisions they make. And I don't want my kids to suffer. I do want my kids to have something if we pass, so I'm trying to make sure that I have something sitting and stable. I don't get up and show all my deck, my cards in my deck, because that's not me. And I realize that people are judgmental. People tends to be jealous. People tend to be envious. I show people what I want them to see, because that's the way I taught myself. I wasn't taught by my parents or my grandparents. I taught myself that, hey, you can't show your whole deck of cards. You understand what I'm saying? But I do show it to my kids. I tell my kids, see the vulnerable, they see the strong me, they see everything. I show them every part of me. But like I said, back to the Jamaica part, I wanted to be in Jamaica all of last year. I did. So I made up my mind for the summer to go down, get them into school so they could start school in September. It didn't work out the way I wanted. I didn't tell everybody that's what I was going for, but that was the plan. My husband and I planned. It got so bad when we tried to come back, even though we got there, when we tried to get back to the United States, we had to actually go to the Cayman Islands in order to get a plane to get back in the United States. We're coming to Orlando. We had to take a plane from Jamaica to Cayman Islands, then to Miami. So we had to rent a car from Miami to get back home, because it was easier that way. The timing, the wait, everything, I'm like, no, we can't do that. So in case of emergency, not to mention if my kids that got sick down there, the hospitals, I would still have to try to find my way back because the hospitals was like out. It wasn't no. It was the same problem with the school. The hospitals had damages too. The hospitals already, you know how Jamaica is. I'm not going to sit there and beat on them for that because they still do have free healthcare. Believe it or not, it might not be the best healthcare, but they do have free healthcare. Um, so when it was time to come back, I just thought about it like, wait a minute, I have to go to Cayman Islands, and we had to stay in Cayman Islands. Then we had to go to Miami, and then from Miami we could have got another flight, but it didn't make sense. The timing. I'm like, you know what? Let's rent a car and let's drive up. So we rented a van, and we just drove back to where we live at because it was easier, it was convenient. It was affordable actually because when we look at it, each of us will we wind up paying just to get back into the states almost $1,000 a piece, and that was after the hurricane. We went without a problem. When the time come, our ticket canceled, so we didn't have a choice more than to make a different alternate decision. So we wind up paying almost like $1,000 for each of us just to get back to Miami. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what you're gonna face when you get to Jamaica and disasters and stuff, and to get in and out. And I'm not saying that if I'm living there and it's a disaster, I'm gonna get up and leave. No, but I have children. um, they wasn't happy, and I was fearing that they get sick because they was getting bitten by mosquitoes left, right, and center. Their skin got so damaged. Not only that, my son, he's not sickly, but the fact that he was born a preemie, there are certain conditions and situations that I have to always take in consideration for him, because, and he's thriving no matter what. He's very tall, handsome, and the bright, straight A student. Everything, his brain is fine. It's just the fact that there are situations that I still don't know yet with my baby that I don't want to have him in, a messed up situation like that, and something happened to him, and I don't have the right hospital to take him to. So, anyways, my daughter, she even born 2 months early, because I had them very late in my years. I was 30 something years old when I had them. You know what I mean? Was we looking for that? No, but they came in their hours, so I'm going to protect them and take care of them. So those decisions of me not staying last year in Jamaica, I was trying to do the same thing this year, but I can go home and do it differently. I could go home every month. I'm in Florida. I could go home on a weekend. I could actually take a flight, take me 45 minutes to get home and be there. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. And I could spend a week or two, especially now they're out from school. Yeah, they're already out from school since last week. So I could take a month off or two if I want and just go home, and hopefully, and if it's a hurricane, then I'll have to batten down and hope for the best. But I'm not going to run from every situation in Jamaica because it's convenient for me. I wouldn't do that. It's just that sometimes if you have a family member that's ill or sick, or you have young ones, you will put them first if you love them. And that's what all I've been doing with my decision. I've been wanting to go home. I've been could have went home. I've went home. We have lived home before. Even my husband and I went home back in the days, and we had fun. Missy voice, Missy Makuzi, you got a nice MD doozy, whatever that is. Missy, I cannot pronounce it. I apologize if I'm butchering your name. You got a nice voice. Thank you, Missy Matt Chen. Big up yourself, Matt Chen. Black shadow roses are red, violets are blue. Oh Lord, why the heck are you so beautiful? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So it's not like I get up and decide of say I want to stay in America. I could be fair to you guys. I do love America because America have made my life okay, livable, bearable to live in this world. I'm not going to lie to you about that. I'm still happy for the opportunity to be here. I'm happy to be able to give my children a certain kind of life. Um, I cannot tell you that if I was in Jamaica, I wouldn't be able to, because that's not the case, because I have ambition. Having ambition take you a long way. So even if I was living in Jamaica, I probably still would be okay. Um, did it make me get to my reach my goals faster by being here? Yes. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say it didn't. Being here in America, I do have clothes on, you guys, so don't come for me thinking I don't. Some people think I don't have shorts on, but I do believe America have made my life somewhat easier for me. And like I said, I'm the type of person, if I see an opportunity or a chance to get something or do something for myself or my family, I'm going to take it. I'm not a scaredy cat. I don't get scared away easily from anything. I don't get intimidated easily. I don't I don't say I don't have fear, but it's a few things I fear. I don't fear people. Um I can't fear I don't have fear for certain things. I don't have fear for death. I don't have fear for, I just don't. I more have fear if I would lose my child before I'd go, stuff like that. But I don't really fear it. It's just the fact I don't want that. Life itself, I love life. So I just embrace it and enjoy it. Um, where I see myself next 30 years from now, Jamaica, if I get there. But to be honest, I see myself in the next year from now in Jamaica. That's where I'm heading, and that's where I want to be. How am I going to do it? I still haven't fully figured it out, but I have a plan and I'm going to execute it. I'm going to really live up to my dreams. I want certain things for myself and certain things for my kids. So I'm going to do it. The opportunity is there. I'm going to take it. I made ways and preparation, for some things, and I'm going to just utilize it to the best of my ability. Some people get up on there worry about things every day. I don't. I used to. I learned not to worry too much because worrying don't get you nowhere in life. If you're a worrier, you sit there and worry about everything, and you feel like that's going to help you. It doesn't help you at all. You getting up and worry about everything every day don't help you. You get up and do the best you can each day. That's what I believe in, and that's what I do. I feel like if I get up and be the best person for myself, my family, and especially for myself, because a lot of the times if you put yourself first in certain things and you have love in your heart for someone, you do better for them, because you can see more clearer. To me, that's my way of looking at it. If you do get involved with a man, like me, I'm a woman, or a man get involved with a woman and you love him, right? I believe if you truly care about someone, do the best you can for them. Make the best decision. Don't be, even though, yes, you love yourself, try to take them in consideration in every action, every decision you make. For the simple fact, it makes things easier down the line if you do it. Some people believe like, oh, if it wasn't for this person, if it wasn't for that. Don't look at it that way. Look at it like this. I want to be with this person. I don't want to be, well, some people don't mind getting old alone, which is nothing wrong with that. But for me to have someone in my life for 20 plus years, going on 30 years, going to be 30 years soon, and not care about how they turn out or how their life turn out, that would be cold and cruel. I can't do that. I love my husband. I respect my husband. I see myself with my husband for the rest of my life. And I believe he's do the same. And by that, I could tell you by his actions, my husband loved me. No question about it. I don't worry about that. So that's another thing make my life easy because I know, I feel it. I get the respect. I don't want for nothing. I don't need anything because of him. Um, he shows me the same respect as I show him. He's there for me. Now, when it comes down to doing the things that I would love to do, I always try to incorporate him in my decision. So if I know it's going to affect him negatively, I don't do certain things. If I feel like I'm going to destroy my husband by my decisions, I don't do it. If I feel, and I used to be selfish in the beginning of the relationship of my life, but as I go along the way, I've learned that you can't be that way as a human being and say you love someone. You can't be rude. You can't be cruel. You can't be disrespectful to your own relationship and expect to get treated fairly or be loved by that person. You're disrespecting them. So when I was going home last year and my husband looked at me and said, go, it's okay, go with the kids, whatever, I was happy. And I know that he truly meant it, like, go live your life. I'm coming home, I'll be there every weekend, which he could and he can, and we have done it. This is not something for me to say make up a story. We have done it where he was there and I was there every weekend. Even when he's here, I go home every weekend. And that's the thing about living in Florida. It's even easier because I could find a plane ticket for $200 for the weekend. People don't know that, but I can. If you really want to go home, you can find a ticket for $200 and go from Friday or Thursday to Monday or Tuesday, wherever the case might be. And we have done it over the years, and I still can if I want. And so that was a plan. So anybody wondering like, oh, you're going to go home with the kids, what about the husband? The husband was going to come regardless every weekend, and he can. So the thing is, we done made ourselves more like we done have an understanding. We have an understanding of each other, where we want to be. Been together so long where things don't really matter. People opinion of us, how we live our lives. We just live it. We live our life the way we want to. And it's not up to an outsider to tell us you shouldn't do this or shouldn't do that, because outsider have nothing to do with us. And it's not about outsider don't pay your bills or buy. No, none of that. It's about the fact that we understand each other. We're in this together as a couple with our kids, our children, and it's up to us to live the life that we want to live. You know what I mean? So anyway, back to the story. As far as like going back to Jamaica, pretty much it's easy and it's hard. Put it like that. As a mother, it's hard. As a wife, it's hard, but it's easy. And when it comes down to financially, physically getting up and just doing it is hard, because then I have to always worry about the kids, what's going to happen, and what if something happened to them. Um, I've been saving for all my life from I was 12 years old for some things. Um, and I tell you this, no one could get me to change how I feel about going home to Jamaica. What my plans are, and only person can change that is God. Um, my demise or whatever, how I go down. Do I fear it? No, but I have a feeling I'm not that wicked for God for just say throw me out and that's it, and I don't get to live the way I want. All right, but nobody. I don't know what you're talking about. People go back every day. What are you talking about? All right, nobody goes back. Let me see, Matt. Okay, but now mine just ask a question. Nobody goes back by who? I know. People go back every day. People go back to Jamaica every day. What are you talking about? People move every day. Got Jamaica. How much people that Jamaica? You know what people I've known that went back to Jamaica over the years. I've seen people that don't even born in Jamaica went back to Jamaica with their husband. Well, their husband and wife normally usually come, but even American that don't have nothing to do with Jamaica, that Jamaica right now, move Ghana, Jamaica, and been living there for 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years. People from Colombia, people from Australia, people from New Zealand, all kind of places have moved back to Jamaica. Don't even know Jamaica. That people from Africa living in Jamaica. But the fact is, a lot of Jamaicans have went back to Jamaica because the life here is not that kosher as everybody want to make it seems. And everybody come here can make it. And even when them do make it, some of them just come here for make it and leave. I know that too. A lot of people, if you're Jamaican and Panyasa, everyone knows that a lot of people have left America, that came here to America, work what they need to work and have, and go back home. And we all know that. People come here, work the money, build their house, and then gone. The thing about it, not even some of the Mexican, they're smart enough. I noticed that when the Mexican work for the week, Jamaicans are different. We come here, we buy a house, we do this, we do that, that. Mexican do it too, but a lot of them actually send their money back home. And so have a lot of Jamaicans. So yes, Jamaicans have really built houses, buy their cars down there, and just decide that, man, go back home, and they left. Even having a green card. I've known people that lost their green card within the first 2 years. Actually, not lost, they gave it up just to go home. So what are you talking about? People have left America, come here, work. I seen a man that came here for 1 month, and went back home. And he didn't have no big house to go back to. Yes, he had a home to go back to, but he ain't had nothing. He went back and drive his taxi because he couldn't cut it. And he did not want it. People have left America plenty of times, come here and realize that this is not for me. People come and visit, yes, and enjoy it. And now who foreign minded stay, yes, still enough. And then sometimes someone will come and build a life. Building a life here have determined how we really, why we really stay. Is having companionship. If you come here and you already have a loved one that's here with you and you have your family, most of the time you get comfortable. You will get comfortable because you already have your husband or your wife, girlfriend or boyfriend, so you will get comfortable enough to stay. Some people won't stay. Some people come here and they decide that, hey, I'm not gonna stay here because this is not for me. Some people come here and work. I've known a guy that came here and he worked. He was a manager for McDonald's for like 2 months. Came here on a green card, married, everything. And he decided he wasn't staying. He was going to bring home. It wasn't for him. He was making good money, decent money at the time. This was back in the 90s. But at the same time, it wasn't for him and he left. So people leave every day. People leave every day. Come here and decide they're not staying, and that's it. Some people have a certain time too, a time frame that, hey, I'm coming here, I'm working for 10 years, and they really leave within 10 years. So to each his own. It's not really determined on who's going to do what. Is the people themselves get up and say I'm tired. When you get tired of something, especially if you're used to a certain kind of environment. Some of us going to go home and not even know Jamaica, and that's the truth. Some of us going to go home with dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever the case might be, sickness, and still will want to go home. There's people that's being even sent home that's have illness and sicknesses right now that don't have nowhere to go to. But the fortunate ones that do have somewhere to go to, I give it to them that make up their mind they're going to go home before it gets worse. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, if me get sick, I still want to go home. I still want to go home. If that's, even if I don't even get the quality care as I think I will be getting, which to be honest, no country really have the perfect healthcare anyways, and that's the truth. Because if you're here in America and you even have healthcare, you're going to pay dearly. You might wind up still losing your home, still losing everything that you got just to pay for healthcare. You get what I'm saying? So it's a give or take situation. Jamaica, people might not know this, do have free healthcare. Is it the perfect healthcare system? No, but they do. Good morning, Sherelle Willis Campbell. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rockford, good morning, Canada. How you doing, bud? Matt Chen. Bless us so we not have sickness. And that's all it is. You just don't want to have the sickness. That's the truth. Excuse me. We just don't want to have the sickness. If we don't have sickness in our Jamaica, we're good enough. And most people in Jamaica, to be honest, live a very long time. If you eat right, if you take care of yourself, because a lot of us living with even, I've known people living with diabetes and hypertension for years, like 20 something years, and not didn't even know that they had it. And it's the moment they found out, that's when they really start feeling the sickness in Jamaica, and people been doing that for years in Jamaica, not even going to doctors and surviving. I'm not saying that's the way to go, but I'm just saying it's just life, how you take care of yourself throughout the years. And if you decide to go to Jamaica and you want to down there, and you really say, okay, I'm going to live a healthy lifestyle, and you can still drop down and dead, because you never know. You might have some, autoimmune disease, something that you don't even know about, and they'll still falter. So it determines how you feel about your country, where you're from. Know yourself. If you didn't love Jamaica from your left, some of us got forced out of Jamaica in a sense where situations wasn't right, and they had to leave, and people just left. So it's not. It's good morning again. He said, "Put true true that." I hear you. I hear you, Rockford. That's right. You guys go over there and check out Rockford in Canada. He's Rockford TV too. He's in Canada, you guys. That's my buddy. But it's sad to say that we get upon we choose, we get upon leave the country because it's easier to do it. And it's sometimes the facts is the fact. Some of we just never have it when we're there in Jamaica, all right? And we had to leave. Me, never got a chance to know if me gonna have it or not, because I left from I was a kid. I left from I was a child. So I really didn't get a chance to live out the Jamaica dream that I think I could have had, or whatever, the opportunity if it was there. I never got a chance to see it. I didn't have a choice. Do I regret it? No, I really don't. I don't regret it, because I don't know what my life would really be like. So who am I to sit there and say, oh, my parents did this or my parents did. I'm not going to blame my parents for bringing me here. No, I'm a grown adult. If I really wanted to go back, and I have went back when I was young, I have been back numerous times when I was young. So I could have stayed and tried if I really wanted to at that time. But because I was Americanized in a sense where schooling and everything was here, and not only that, I found it easier just to be here and get myself in order. And that's what I did. It's not perfect for everyone, but like I said, things have changed. I remember back in the days, things were so easy for a lot of people, even as far as living wise. A lot of people was more comfortable in their living situation. Not anymore. Let's see, hey, y'all have that immune shots. Yes, I do have it in my left arm. It's covered, but I do have it. I have it. Every one of us that came from back then, I have mines too. That was the actually it was the TB, but it makes us like active at times here in the States. If you take that TB test, it's best just to do the blood work. A lot of people still have to do the blood work. My parents have them. Yeah, I have it. I do have it. I am a born Jamaican. I'm not a made up Jamaican. I'm a born Jamaican. I have it. I still have mines. I still have to get a blood work done or a chest X-ray, which I'm good, but I just do a blood work instead of getting the TB test because I will swell up. And then plus I have key light skin, so anything that pricks my skin kind of swell anyways. Um, yeah, so it's like Jamaican people we fight the system to say Jamaica the worst place. To be honest, Jamaica is not the worst place because look in America. Every day, if you watch the news, just as much as you watch the Jamaican news, are the same thing. There's nothing different. It's just the same old, same old. Everybody want complaints that Jamaica the worst, but Jamaica is not the worst to really go back to. It's who want to go back. I'm gonna blame nobody. If somebody said them don't want to go back to Jamaica, I don't blame them if they don't want to go back to Jamaica. That's okay. If somebody want to stay in America and live the rest of their life, that's on them. I just can't stand the cold because even though I'm in Central Florida, between late November and December and January, it gets really, really chilly, which I don't like. But I don't have a choice if my kids have to go to school here. But it warms up between the February up until now. We're burning up pretty much. We're early, say 7:44 now. By later tonight, by later this afternoon, we're in the 80s or 90s. Even if it's raining, it's hot and humid. So we have the good weather at times, but it's still not Jamaica. And what I'm talking about is anybody who at Jamaica on this watching me right now know that when you fall asleep, have a good night's sleep in Jamaica. You have a good night's sleep. Some people might remember, like, when it's raining, you wake up and even mackerel and dumpling or chicken back and rice or something you eat, and that weather is pouring rain. Even a hurricane, it feels so good. It feels good. I'm not afraid of hurricane or storms, so that to me, I'm not afraid of it. My kids are, but I'm not. I actually like it. Just the damages I don't like, but I love it when it's like hurricane season. People think I'm weird, but I do. Um, when it comes down to the environment, you fall asleep in that midday Jamaica and wake up, it feel like you're in heaven. You go to your bed at night. Sometimes even just a simple noise makes you feel alive. The food, and it's not everywhere you could do this, but in the rural part of the countries, you have your little mango tree, you have your almond tree, you have your coconut tree. Most even that town, most people even have even one coconut tree in their backyard. Well, in Florida too, people starting to have a lot of coconut trees, believe it or not. But the fact is that you have fruits, mango trees, which is mango season, obviously. You have a bunch of fruit trees we could just pick. You can't just really pick people things in the car. Some people make it seem like you could just go and pick somebody fruit off the tree. You really can't. You're not supposed to because you can go to jail. And some people don't mind if you're picking just for eating. But the people that's picking it and selling it, you do have a problem. But you can do those things in the rural area, and even in that town, mango tree they're everywhere. Fruit trees in America, you're paying what, $1.09 for a mango right now, and it's still not even a good mango. You have your Julie, you have your Blackie, you have your Erie, you have your East Indian, you have all of those things that people look forward to in this time of the year where you can't. You have your plum season, you have your Jew plum. Well, Jew plum nowadays you can have all year round. You have your pangan that you can go pick, your sweet sap, your sour sap, all those things that people love. Those are the things that I want to do in my old age. I want to eat good, and I do plan to cut out meat. So being in Jamaica, that would be like the perfect thing because I grow my own cabbage, my kalalo, a pak chow myself, or bok chow as they call it. My own zucchini, all that stuff, and I could have a up on my balcony upstairs on the third floor. I could have my own garden up there, like a little small herbal garden, and then on the bottom, I have my fruits and vegetables and hard stuff that I want to grow. So those are my plans. Why I want to go home. I want to eat healthy. I want to live healthy, and I do want to do some form of like retreat at times. Like hopefully that's a different kind of story to talk about investing in Jamaica, like as far as like having a place in Portland to, but that's a whole different story. Um, when that comes to terms, I will open my mouth about that fully. But the thing is, I don't want to sit here and keep on doing the same old two step in America. The blessing part, my kids are getting older, where they soon be able to take care of themselves the way I want them to. I have support of my husband. God keep him, healthy still until the years, so he could really enjoy it with me. And I wanted him to enjoy it with me. I don't want to do it by myself. Um, Even though it might seems like I always talk about myself, but he don't really wants to be in the videos all the time. So I just go ahead and do my videos. But and that's my thing. That's not his thing. So those are the things I want to tell everybody. Just just live your life. It comes down to how you want to live, where you want to live. Do you want to stay here and face the music with this everyday rat race? And there's nothing wrong with it, if you can't live up to it. But it's not for me. I don't want to live in this rat race forever. I don't want to be 60 years old doing the same old two-step, working. I don't sit here and worry about if I'm going to have a pension at 65. That's not me. I'm not worried about that. I'm trying to make my own way, my own pension, where I have my own money, making money for me so I could survive. A lot of people might look at life like this. I'm going to get into that part. Like, people look at it like, oh, I'm going to wait till I'm 65. But if you save enough and you could buy a property even and owning two nice apartments or three nice apartments, and you could collect your own rent, you make your own pension pretty much. You just don't know it if you do it that way. The same money you get up and you party a lot with, or you get up and you squander with friends and drink it out, you could have used it as buy something or have something, build something for yourself, create your own pension. You could buy your own medication when you get old, and if they do away with Medicaid or Medicare, you can actually afford it. New York. And let me see, what you say, Rockford? I am always in New York, and in New York there are so many Jamaicans living way worse. Of course, you see those places in New York, and I don't even know what to say about that, because I'm not here to judge them. Some people, that's the first place they hit when they get to America, is New York. So they believe New York is the hit, the place to be. So they stay in the squalor, and it's sad to see how some of them are really living. I've seen people living in basements filled with cockroaches, and they're paying $1,000, $1,500 for one room, which I never heard of that in my life. And I can't even judge them, because, like I said, they came here. They came here, and that's what they know. Some people, even when them get married and file for, and them come, and New York, then come to, and then come to it and the environment, and they like it, because it's almost like Jamaica. You seen this too? Yeah, it's like, it's hard for me to say that it's wrong to live in certain condition, because some people was probably living in the same condition in Jamaica, and but some of them come here and live in worse condition. They had their really nice house, their really nice cars, and gave that all up just to be here. And that puzzled me, to live in certain condition in New York. I can't. Living in a basement or a room, but some don't have no choice. And like I said, it boils down to some people being here illegal that don't have a choice. That's what they can afford. That's what they can do. And to each his own. So I just leave that alone, because it's not me. I know I can't do it. I wouldn't want it for my family members. I wouldn't want it for my kids. So, I try to show them a different way. Like, there's more to life. And that's why living in Pennsylvania is the same thing in some sense, but New York is kind of tight for me. I can't do New York. At one point, I did want to live in New York, to be fair. But when I got over there and I saw it, I'm like, nah, that's not for me. That environment, I can't. The trains, the noise, the rush, I can't do it. When I was younger, I could do it. I was over New York like maybe every weekend or every other weekend when I was younger. In my teens, I was in New York because I have a lot of family members still over there. So I loved it. And that's the environment for kids back then. Let's see, matching. It is so expensive in North America, Canada, and the US. Yes, it is. It's very expensive. It's very expensive. It's been that way for years. People just recognizing that there's actually better places out there to live than up north. But it's what people love. They don't want the countryside. They don't want the fresh air and environment. I'm making fun of people, but that's not the case. The thing is, if you don't know, you just don't know there's better out there. And to be honest, a lot of people don't look at it that way. They just believe that they come and them they're New York or New Jersey, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, wherever. They believe that's it, not knowing that there's more to it. Some of them come down here and see it, but they still don't want this. They are certain areas which is way better off. California is bad, but to me, I'd rather do California than New York. It's sad, but it's true. I've lived in California, and I liked it. I actually liked it. California ain't for everyone either. You have to have guts to live in California. I lived there for a year and couple months. I liked it, but it's not for me. Some people environment that they're coming from, I think, determine how they live the rest of their life too. Because if they're used to certain kind of environment, when they come and they even get the worst treatment, it's okay for them because that's what they're used to. Excuse me. I wasn't. Brought up in a home with my grandmother. Actually, my younger years before I left Jamaica way before I was 10. So I lived in a house. I had a television. My grandmother was always clean. Certain kind of environment I was growing up in. When I got here, I still live in a home. I didn't live in a tight space. I came to a house. So the environment for me, and at the time I was the only girl in the household. So I got a certain kind of treatment. I had a stepmom, regardless of what, she was a clean woman. She's a very clean woman. Her house was always clean. She took care of me and she showed me things. Yes, regardless, I have to give her props. She showed me things. She showed me how to take care of myself. So I knew certain kind of life and certain kind of living wasn't for me from day one. It's not, because I came here. My father brought me here. I had a stepmother at the time, and she treated me like, because I was the girl she never had, pretty much. So she treated me well. My little sisters did not, one of them did not exist at that time, but my other sister, she was in Canada. So some of the things that I've learned also, I do have to give props to her. She been here in America for many years. She took care of me. She made sure I was fine. She taught me things. She taught me how to shop smart. She took me down to 9th Street. Everybody know the market. This woman did for me things that show me. And we want to be hypocrites because we all love our mothers and we love our fathers. So if we even have a step parent, we tend to put them aside. But this part of my life in my young years, she was there for me. So she showed me the things that I needed as a young girl. Same here, Toronto. Let me see that. She showed me things as a young girl, so I knew what I don't want in life, or I shouldn't, what I should expect out of life, or should be looking for out of life, whatever way you want to put it. This woman taught me how to survive. My stepmother taught me how to survive in the young age, because my mother wasn't there. My mother was in Canada with my sister. My stepmom was the one to show me even how to wash my underwear. My grandmother was the first one. My stepmom, when I was started certain cycles, my stepmom was there. So a lot of things that I've learned is from this woman, and she taught me. And I realized that at some point she had to love me to show me the things that she did, and I will give her props. It wasn't ideal in the latter part of her years, whatever, but she was there for me when I needed someone to be a mother to me, and she was there. So my life, I believe people upbringing to how they choose to live now have a lot to do with it. And a lot of people, believe it or not, living in some really filthy life right now in certain areas. Like, all right, somebody mentioned New York. I just saw that they were saying New York people living in worse. That's Rockford TV too. And I've been over New York. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna call their name. I went over New York and I have a family member, and they was moving to Pennsylvania. So my husband was the person driving a truck for her. And when we got into that building, it was the stinkiest, nastiest place. But I'm going to tell you this, that wasn't it. We had to be brushing ourselves off, hoping we didn't have cockroaches on us coming out of there. Okay? Spraying, hoping. I had to change my clothes because the way I felt. I could smell cockroach. If you have too much of them, they smell nasty. That's what we was facing. One weekend, I'm gonna give you a joke. We went over there to spend the weekend because she wanted to work, and we wanted to be over New York because we had something to do. When we got there, excuse me, when we got there, I was cooking. When I pulled the rice out, the rice had so much freaking cockroach in it. She had a bag of rice, like a 20-pound bag of rice, the family member. And I remember cooking oxtail, and the rice bag came out. I wanted to vomit. I really wanted to vomit. But The whole night we was there. We worried about if, but I already decided to watch the kids for her, so I didn't have a choice. We was having a hard time swallowing that part, like this the rice. I didn't bother cooking. I had to send my husband out to the store to get rice. Okay, it was so much cockroach in the rice. So I know when they're talking about New York people living in filth. She had, luckily for her at that time, she had more than 2 rooms, so it wasn't bad. It's just the fact it was so filthy, and the landlord that knew all these cockroaches was there, he will never get an exterminator in there. In the night, we said I was going to the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie to you, I saw a rat so freaking big, I ran in and started screaming and jumped on the bed with my husband. At the time, I sat there in like a little corner with my feet up, worrying about if I was gonna get bit by the rat. Cause I mean, the rat was like this big. No lie, no exaggeration, no makeup story. This is real. And I'm telling you, I was so like waiting for her to get home. We left before the time because we were supposed to stay longer. I left. So I know people living in squalor. I walked on a step where my foot went down into the staircase because they wasn't taking care of the building that I was going in to visit someone in New York. And like I said, I've been in the Bronx, I've been in Brooklyn, I've been in Queens, Manhattan. I've stayed in Manhattan plenty of times, but I always stay at hotels when I go to Manhattan. I stayed in places where people normally black people wouldn't go, but I go there because if I could find an affordable place and it's nice, I will always go there. I would choose it over any dirty little hole. So I will always like save my little coins so I could go to proper places and stay. But also, I've been in places where it's very filthy and unsafe, unsavory. I've been in places where in New York where I've pretty much stand there and watch people get robbed, um, met their demise. So it's something that we all face. It's just how we choose to live, and that's not something I wanted for myself. So I chose differently. I left that side because I couldn't face it, and I have anxiety problems at times with the Wally Bakar. Like I hate tight spaces. I hate the fact the noise. I want to sleep and hear those. Is that woodpecker? I rather hear the woodpecker, the birds. I rather alligator walking in my house before I hear the noise of the traffic. I don't, cause then I could figure out how to kill the alligator. But as far as like the noise and the traffic and people, not only that, it's unsafe. You're walking in, you even everyone is up late at night. Those kind of environment I can't stand for myself. So I choose not to live like that. And I feel bad for a lot of people that's going through right now because a lot of them are actually like living also under bridges in New York, which a lot of people don't know. I met 2 Jamaicans that had nowhere to live. One was pretty much eating toothpaste at times, toothpaste to survive. Okay, toothpaste. I've met Jamaicans eating toothpaste, don't have no food, no money, no clothes, no nothing. One man was here from he was maybe around 3 years old, living, can't even find his birth certificate, don't know nothing about himself actually. Stuff like that. It's just a weird situation right now in America and been for a long time. It's just now it's publicized, it's televised. Internet is here to show a lot of us dirty deeds, how we really live. Back in the day, a lot of people used to get up and go to Jamaica, which they can't do anymore. Let me see who's here. Matt Chin. Yeah, roaches. That's the part I don't like. I don't even like how they smell. Um, the dirty deeds is being pretty much flushed out because the internet will show that, hey, all is not well and they're not living in the bed of roses up here. A lot of people used to get up and go to Jamaica and dress up and carry on and try to show off. But to be honest, there's actually people living way better in Jamaica than a lot of people in America. Not everywhere. Everywhere you have your set of people, but even if it's at Jamaica and you have a nice little house of a Portmore and a yours, you have a little car, you have a few shillings at the bank, you still a little better than plenty of people here. Believe that or not. Some people feel like, Lord, America better, America better. But hey, remember this, if you sell everything from Jamaica and come here, so, and when you sell everything and you get here, and you have to start over by paying rent before you could buy, because if you have ambition, you will buy your house and have or buy a piece of land and build on it, whatever the case might be. Because you could do the same thing you do in Jamaica, buy your land, build just the same. And all of that, it's still going to take time. So you're starting over. If you're willing to start over, that's fine. But will it be better when you're getting depressed or you're getting older and they wind up going to put you in a nursing home? That's the thing to think about. I don't want to be in a nursing home. Now, the next thing is what a lot of people don't understand. Like I said, back to this little place you have, Portmore, even at the ghetto, you have a nice house fully paid for. You have your car that you fully paid for. You know, and you pay for your insurance once a year. Remember, I know you still have free healthcare in Jamaica. If you do even have a nice job, you still can get a little pension. And if so maybe you have one or two little place where you rent out, where you can collect little rent from, you're still better off than plenty of people that's living here in America. Believe it or not, people don't want to tell y'all the truth. You're still living better. Why you think a lot of people don't leave Jamaica, even when you see them in a certain neighborhood I live? Because them knows they come here and them actually see for themselves. They probably experience it for themselves. You know, a lot of people. I do have clothes on, you guys. So if you guys are wondering, I have clothes on. I just have a shorts because it's hot. Well, it's about to get hot pretty soon and rainy. A lot of people feel like Jamaica is the worst place to be. Or them country where them come from, wherever island, wherever country, Australia, America, UK, whatever. Everybody have them not so good place. But for you, get up and leave everything in Jamaica where you don't pay for, where you don't work for. You build your house or you have your land or whatever. Sometimes it's better to try for work where you have that for run come here. So especially now, I wouldn't advise anyone will have something. If you're a young person will never have nothing, don't have anything at all, and you get a visa, you want to come try, that's fine you. But me I tell you, there's consequences to your actions, and it's not so easy like it used to be. But if you're an established person that have your business, have a house already, have a nice car, maybe already paid for or a little bit of payment on, or even your mortgage, you maybe only 5 years left on it or whatever. Don't get up and leave your place and run come here. Don't do it. Don't do it. Come and visit and go back. And then come and feel it out first if they really like it first. If they can live in it. But don't sell your things and run come at this place because you might regret it. It's not for everyone. And like somebody just said, you see them cockroaches there in New York and them big ass rats. Trust me, they will scare the crap out of you. Excuse me. Ain't nothing to do more than just go to work. And if you do have a little bit of time, you go down, spend all your money, buy the biggest expensive clothes to walk up and down and wear. That's it, you know. Especially in New York, there's nothing to do. At least here in Florida, you have like a water hole, like a bunch of springs. Honestly, if y'all Google springs in Florida, that looks like you in a beach in Jamaica. May I tell you, I may have one on my channel when they can go look on where you see where my kids and I are swimming. That looks like anywhere in Jamaica. Um, there's a bunch of them. People just don't know about them because people tend to feel like say, Florida is just country and crocodiles or alligators or whatever the case might be and snakes. No, it's places and things to do, and that's what kind of came down with it. And good school. People might not want to admit that, but it's good school. I don't like the schools in the north for children because they look like prisons. That's why I don't let my kids go to school up north. Pacellas, I wanted to leave New York City and I visited other states to see how it is if I could function there and know when you older how you are going to get around. Maybe you can't drive anymore. Well, that's true. Maybe I can't drive anymore, but guess what? That's why I'm going to Jamaica. I could probably pay somebody to just buy my food, bring it in or whatever. And maybe by then the internet and everything will be up to date. I could get Uber to drop it off. But that is true. You're right. Some places is hard and it will be hard to survive as you get older. And that's why I have my alternative to is to go back home if I have to, which I will. It's not if I have to. I will. I won't have to. I will go back. I'd rather make the choice than being forced. I don't want to be forced by help because of my health or, deterioration of my health or anything or anyone. I want to have that much control over my life. You can't have control over everything, but I do believe some things you can. Let me see. Store. You can see properly. You're probably not well enough to drive. That is true. Let me see. And store. And a lot of people are dependent on their kids. That is true. A lot of people are dependent on their kids as they get older. Will stay with them. I don't expect my kids to stay with me. I don't. And I know they won't. Honestly, I know my kids won't stay with me for the simple fact that they're independent people. My daughter, even though I have my one daughter, I don't want them to. And that's why I'm making my mind up how to live my life. Set it up a way where I don't have to depend on them. I don't want to. depend on my kids. I don't want my kids. I don't want to have to call my kids to take me to the doctors, or if they do, I will appreciate it. I will be happy. I won't sit up here and wouldn't say I wouldn't be a happy mother if my kids come and take me to the doctors or whatever. But I don't want to depend on my kids to be the one to pay for my medication, to buy my food. Buy my food if I send them to buy it with my money, but I don't want to depend on them to financially support me or my husband. I don't want my kids to have that burden, have their own life to live, and then I'm burdening them down with my weight. No, that's not my goal or my dreams or my desire, more like it, for them. You see, people tend to feel like their kids are their retirement plan. I don't want to have my kids as my retirement or my pension plan, put it like that. My kids are not. My kids are my kids, my children. I want them to take care of themselves. I'm showing them how to take care of themselves. I want them to be able to do things. Let me see. Sounds lovely. Allison. Anywhere with good beaches is about. Of course, it's a bunch. You know, a lot of people don't know this. There is Humtina rivers and springs, clear water, where you're looking is like gloss. And they have Silver Glen, which is one. I want you guys to go in there, look up, pull up Silver Glen on Google. Google Silver Glen. Seven sis. It's a Three Sister Springs. Um, it's a bunch. I can't remember all of them offhand. I will have to write them down and come on here and tell you guys what to Google. Google springs in Florida. Google beaches in Florida. Believe it or not, they have nice ones. Some waters I won't go in. No lie, I will not go in because some of them are dark at times. But as far as the spring is concerned, you have a lot of them. There's a lot of places to go. And what I do love about it is they have grills there, but you could also have your day camping where you go there, your kids cook food, and it's safe. It's safe in a sense. Nowhere is fully guaranteed away from alligator, snakes, and stuff. That's different. But when it comes down to beaches and freeness, a lot of things are free too, accessible for free. Some of them small fees, like two, three, $4. Some 10, 12. The most for like some national parks where you might go, or springs, is like $15, and depends on your activities. Then it goes up. But if you're doing your basic swimming and going into the water, it doesn't cost anything, and it's a lot of them here, hundreds, not just not a matter of fact, maybe like 100,000. I think it's a lot people don't know about. If you want to go to theme parks and water parks, that's different. But there's a lot of natural resources and free places you can go and enjoy yourself for the day, for the night. A lot of people don't know this, and I love that about Florida. Up north, I never knew this. I just know of basic parks, and you go for a swing or whatever. But these places are miles of it, miles and miles of it. That's actually affordable. Put it like that. I wouldn't say all of them are free because it's not, but some are free, some of them affordable, which most of them are affordable. Even if you don't have a lot of money, you can still enjoy yourself with your kids. And they do have a lot of spaces where it's designated just for children, and that's another thing that I love about Florida. My kids have a certain amount of space, and it doesn't matter your color, your nation, or whatever. You can go. Your kids can go. They can enjoy themselves. Um, it's for you to know and use it. A lot of people don't know how to use things. I do. I'm using everything. I'm making sure my kids get the fullest out of everything. Some people tend to worry about themselves going to a party or a dance. Not me. I don't care about that. I take my kids. I'd rather go to a park with my child, or something that they like to do, what we all like to do, but at the same time, they could enjoy life. Show them that it's not about just partying every day, or drinking and smoking and carrying on with a bunch of friends. And if it's even friends there with you, at least they can enjoy that kind of life too. It's a lot. Up at Cellar Storm and say, even now when you go to Jamaica, the kids and the people them down there is not like kids and the people back in the days in the 70s and 90s. Don't have money, email, and oh well, that's true. That is true. It's a matching. Yeah, the Caribbean life is where your soul is. I want to go see St. Vincent's. My brethren's from there. To be honest, Anywhere where it's tropical for me, I'm good for it. Anywhere where it's tropical. Some people don't like the tropical feeling of things. I do. I always love it when it's nice and warm, and I love to see palm trees, coconut trees, hear the birds. I love to be out in nature. So, but it's not for everyone, because I know a lot of people that's living here right now is not really nature lovers. They don't even come outside, come out their house. A lot of people like live in Florida don't come out their house because they don't like the insect, but they like being down here. They just don't like being outside in nature, which to me, to each his own. But I cannot be locked up in the house all day long. I used to do it back up north. Why would I come down here for that? No, where you barely could be outside for long without hearing gunshots or you're running. I could sit outside for hours. I have actually slept with my door open plenty of times, not realizing my door was open. To be honest, I do lock my door, but there's times my door is like left open and nothing happened. You know, the only thing I do is to make sure that it's pulled in. It's just a lock wasn't locked, and I feel safe. Although, you know, you come in my door, you might get a shot if you walk in. So a lot of the time, it doesn't even matter because you're gonna get popped. I'm not gonna just lay up in there so somebody walk my door and not do what I gotta do. But it's not as scary as if you're up north. I've been up north where I've been in the house and I see my doorknob getting jiggled. Uh, I've left my apartment and come in. They robbed my apartment completely, emptied my whole entire apartment. It was a Jamaican maintenance man that did it, to be honest, too. It was a Jamaican maintenance man. I never forget it. I was living in my area at the time, in Philadelphia area, and I left for Jamaica for like a couple of weeks. And when I got back, they kicked, they emptied my apartment. The maintenance people, nice apartment building, not wasn't no little raggedy. I was spending a lot of money at the time for that apartment. Um, and no one contacted me to tell me that, hey, they robbed your apartment the whole time I was in Jamaica. Then I didn't have up cameras. That's how long it been. So it was no cameras or anything. When I got there, all I saw was a notice saying, please contact the maintenance office. Mind you, I'm paying rent. I paid up my rent before I left, everything. So at the time I had all my things in my clothes. When I came back, my sofa was standing up as if they was coming back for it. Um, they took up all my clothes, all my shoes, everything. I lost everything. I had to start over from scratch. They took everything from my apartment. So I've experienced that kind of thing too in my life. I think everyone maybe faced that once in their life, getting robbed. My whole entire apartment. I say I went to Jamaica like 2 weeks. It seemed like it happened like a week after, and the person that did it was a Jamaican maintenance worker. So it's always your own. And the reason why he knew I was leaving, I assume, I have to tell you, I don't trust people anymore, especially some older Jamaican men. They tend for bad mind to, because he did it. I don't know why he did it, but he was living, well, he was living in the basement, but he had a lot of friends always come there. So I guess they planned it when I told them that I was leaving, which was my biggest mistake. So I stopped doing that, telling people whenever I'm leaving, where I'm going, and what I'm doing. Well, now I have cameras and it's easier. You can check your house on phones and stuff. But then I didn't, and I wasn't smart. I was a young girl. I left my place fully furnished. Everything there was, I was not short of nothing. Television, everything, furniture, nice quality furniture. I worked hard for that. When I came back, my sofa was the only thing left. Two pair of shoes. Even my drawers was gone. My underclothes was gone. They stole my underclothes. They stole everything. Shoes, panty. Put like this. Shoes, panty, brassiere. Everything was gone. Just the two piece of sofa was left. Oh, and the bed frame. The mattress was already gone. So I had nothing. I had to start over from scratch. And when I went to the I called the police, because when I got there, that was the time I could call the police. It didn't matter. They did the fingerprint. Nothing came of it. I just lost everything. So those experiences also that made me tougher and decided I wasn't staying up there, because those things over the years, even though I might have not moved right away from Pennsylvania, it also made me decided that, hey, this is not where I want to be. You know, it kind of put a dampen on your spirit, even though you start over and you did get better, bigger and better things over the years. And clothes is clothes, you know, but it's the fact that those was my personal things. And to know that somebody took your underwear, even the ones that I worn before, you know, they was clean, but they took them, you know, stuff like that. Who steals underwear? They took everything. To know that somebody, it really made me cry to know that they took even my underclothes, the shoes, the rest of the clothes that was well, that was okay. I had nice pocketbooks, expensive pocketbooks from way back then. I had Versace. I had back then from Louis Vuitton when people wasn't, because I used to work at a department store, and I used to work for another store that used to be downtown that sells name brand stuff. So I used to have all those things at the time, and I lost everything. So, and to know that it was someone that I knew, I trusted, that did it to me, it taught me a lot. But it made me stronger. It really made me stronger. So a lot of people face a lot of things and they make, let me see. Yes, I did tell him because I thought he was going to look out for my place. Yeah, I really thought so. It was a grown man. I was a young girl, and him and his friends. But the apartment building, he did get fired because I told him, and then the apartment building did have cameras at the time. So the actions of him, they figured it out. They didn't want to tell me because I guess they figured they're gonna get sued. I didn't care about that. I just wanted my stuff back. I didn't, but I did have my sofa. That's the only thing I found in the apartment was my sofa, and my gun clip, and the gun because they couldn't find the gun. I found my gun. The gun clip was on top of the fridge, which they for some reason didn't check the top of the fridge. My gun I found because I hid that thoroughly. So those was the only thing I found, my sofa and my gun. That's all I found in my apartment. So that was basically it. Um, it is what it is. America is not for the faint of heart, not for the weak. Certain lifestyle is not for the faint of heart, not for the weak. And if you're trying to make it in America, you have to be smart. Things is not always going to be the way you want it to be, even when you try your best. You just have to be tough. You can't be thin skinned to be in this place. Don't be thin skinned. A lot of people are thin skinned that comes here and feel like, oh, you're gonna boo hoo. Don't be crying too much, because the minute you start crying, people glad about that. They laughing like, oh, you a weakling, or you're mush. So we're gonna kick you while you're down too, because a lot of people waiting for the opportunity to kick you while you're down. There's a lot of people living in this world that's waiting for that one little moment for you to slip up. And it happened to me more than once, so I know by experience. I'm not just talking foolishness. Some might feel that way. Let me see, Allison. It's too violent there. It is. It is too violent there. Let me see. Let's see. Valerie Avant. I did let my guard down. I have let my guard down plenty of times with people. Like I said, I give everyone the benefit of the doubt before I assume that you're a good person from the moment I met you or meet you. Um, you have to prove me wrong that, hey, and it's okay. I'm the type of person, but I do cut my losses really quick. I don't tend to linger once I realize that, hey, you're not what I think of you or whatever. I tend to cut it real quick. I will just stop talking to you, stop dealing with you, block you, delete you. I'll see you on the street and I'll still say hi, hello, but the conversation will go no further than where I want it to. You know what I mean? I take full control of everything of my life. I try to stay in control of my life, no matter how bad it seems. I believe that I'm the one in control other than God. You know what I mean? Allison, see what Australia is easier, safer, and better. That's what I was told. I don't know. I never been to Australia. I do want to go one day though, but I never been to Australia. No, I'm not going to engage with idiots. I know they're out there. I try to just keep my distance because that's the best way to live. Keep your distance, stay far, and I could love people from a distance too, and I have done it, and I will continue to do that. Even if we're the closest at one point, if I feel like you wrong me in any form of way, I will keep it a distance. There's a few people in my life that sometimes I feel like I have to deal with because no matter what, but other than them, until I really do something really bad, then, but life is life, Life is life. I'm trying to see. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for showing y'all support. And most importantly, it's not every day you're going to get up and feel good about what's going on in your life, people. But love yourself, respect yourself, understand yourself. Because my parents used to be like, matter of fact, not even my parents, my grandma used to say, You need to understand yourself. Understand yourself. I'm asking to myself, like, what you mean understand yourself? You really do need to understand yourself. You need to know yourself. That's what they meant by it. Know yourself. If you know yourself or try to know yourself, your life will be easier and better for you. Things will be better for you. I never understood when my grandmother said, understand yourself. You need to understand yourself. I get it now. Oh, thank you guys. I forgot about asking y'all to click the like button, like and support. Thank you for that one, Matt Chen. Thank you guys. You know, it is what it is. Some people remember to tap the screen, double tap the screen. Some people don't even know how to like the screen, but thank you. I appreciate that. Um, Life is what it is, you know? Let's make the best of it. But no, so a lot of people wanted to get up and go back to Jamaica now. But some people just not have it, so I get that. Some people have the biggest dreams that even planned. I've seen people build their house, have their house in Jamaica, 20, 30 years, and never made it back. For the simple fact their decisions. They done got sick, ill, died, and their house is still there. And who's gonna live in it now? People that never worked one day for it. I don't want to be that person. You know what I mean? Some people that never work one day for it, but they are the one that's going to benefit from it. So I don't want that for myself. So that's why I intend to go home, because I don't intend to have a home in Jamaica, and I'm here in a nice environment, which a lot of people really want to be. A lot of people really want to be in Jamaica. They just can't afford it. They can't afford to go there. Some people never made it, never did anything. You know, some people can't do anything about going back home now, because some of it is some of them too late, to be honest. There's some people that have, it's too late for them in their 70s and 80s, where to go back to Jamaica is like foreign to them right now. To say Jamaica, even though they came from Jamaica, to go back to Jamaica is foreign. So excuse me, some people is going to really have it hard if they even do go back. And some people have houses down there for years, 20, 30, 40 years, that's still sitting down there, can go home and will never go home because they're here in a nursing home. I remember when I was in California, I was working at a madhouse. And while I was working at the madhouse at the time, a mental institution, pretty much, in California. It's a time I forgot the name of the place. But anyway, I was on a hillside going down. I remember chasing crazy people out in the road, you know. But this one particular Jamaican lady, old rich woman, she came from a very prominent family at the time. And she was gone. She had her house, she had her car, she had a husband that came there to visit her. She was in her 50s or 60s, but it was more like a mental thing for her. And the husband used to come, and because she's out of it, he came with his girlfriend, Jamaican man and a Jamaican woman. And when he came there, she would talk to him, and she assumed the woman was her sister or family member at times. It didn't matter because she was not there. And I look at it like, there's other things could happen to you, you know, in this world, other than just regular being sick, having a disease or medical illness. Mental illness is one of the fucked up best thing could happen to a lot of people. To see that the man came there with his girlfriend, this is his wife, and he came to the mental institution, because it was, I can't call the name, and this is California, and he's living off of her money because she had the money. They had kids. I don't know if the kids knew about the girlfriend coming and visiting with him or whatever. But to know that she's at that stage, and to bring her, you know, even if you have a girlfriend, why bring the girlfriend? That's how cold people could be. You know, even though she might not understand, I felt like it was wrong. But it's not for me or my place to say anything to him. I just stood there and looked at it. And as a fellow Jamaican, I felt hurt for the woman, because honestly, if it was my mother, I'd have slapped him in his head with a pot upside of his head or something. Because I was looking like, why you bring the woman to the place to visit your wife? I've been in another place where another woman I've seen, it wasn't pretty much that, her situation was different. She was burnt where her skin was infused together. She had a husband. He was a decent one though. But she had a beautiful home in Jamaica. She had all her pictures, her children sitting up on her little on top of the little dresser, you know, whatever. And she could never be able to go home. She was burnt, her skin infused together, you know, not able to ever go home to Jamaica, stuff like that. So those are the things that make me realize that, hey, there's a lot of things in life that can happen, you know, where you will never be able to go home. So don't wait too long if you're planning to go home, people. If you have something there and you already working on it, congrats to you. If you already had built or planning to build, it's never too late. People want people to believe that you can't have certain things in life when you get to a certain age. And that's not true. That's not necessarily true. Depends on your situation. It's going to be rough, but you can still have them. You still have opportunities to change your life if you want to. You know, I'm really the type of person that believe that anything is possible in life. I don't give up. I don't think people should believe that should just give up on life, because it's easy to give up on life. The easiest thing is to do is to give up in anything. If you think about it, to get up and go to work is hard, right? To get up and eat food is easy, because if you have it, just eat the food. Oh, it's easy. Even if your tummy is full, you can do it, right? Um, it's it's certain things you look at in life that people don't look at every day. Like I look at simple things. Like I could get up and go out there and I could hurt a person and spend the rest of my life in jail and get fed and whatever, you know, and people tend to like that and will do it. I would never do it, but some people have decided that that's what they're going to do because they just want to have it easy in life, you know. Some people decide that, hey, I will take the high road and work hard as possible to get what I want, even if it's to deprive myself of certain things. And I have done that over years. I've deprived myself of a lot of things. I've held back on things that I would love to do, buy for myself. I've made choices not to buy certain pocketbooks. I've made choices not to buy certain shoes. I've made choices not to give away my things to people because it's convenient or because I want to have a friend. I help a friend, but I won't choose to give you my stuff because I'm trying to keep your friendship. No, I'm not doing that. Man or woman. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys, Matt Chin. So that is true, Matt Chen. You know, you have a choice in life. So if you get up and you have, and this is for my fellow Jamaican that's on, because I know a few of you guys are on here. Please like the video. You know, yeah, thumbs up, like it, whatever. Double tap the screen if it's a phone, whatever. If you can, you know, support the system. But I don't believe that you should just give up on life, or if you have a dream. Giving up on your dream is some of the worst decision a lot of people have made, and I hear them tell me. One woman looked at me and told me when I was like maybe around 15 years old, if you have a dream, follow through with it. Don't give up on yourself, because the worst thing is to give up on yourself in life. Don't worry about what other people think about you. And it took me a while to let that resonate within myself, because sometimes the mind tends to play tricks on us. Minds play a lot of tricks on me plenty of the times. But as I got older, I learned how to control what I do, what I say, even what I eat. And that's the hardest thing, to control what you eat, right? The places to go, people to be around, those are easy. Those are easy. That's the easiest thing for me to do. But thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for, you know, entertaining me with some of the comments, because I've seen some of the comments and I'm going to read through a lot of them. Thank you guys. I love food too. It's hard. It's very hard to control what you eat. But when it comes down to the support system here, thank you guys. Thank you guys for the comment. Matt Chen or Chen. Is that correct? Trust me, I'm squinting you guys because I don't have the glasses on and I keep on doing this over and over. Valerie Abbott. Oh, thank you for subscribing, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to store you. Okay, thanks for acknowledging that. Matt Chen. So a lot of the times it's about the decisions you make in life and where you want to be. And if you know where you're coming from, most of the time you know exactly where you're going. It will help you. Some of us don't have it all figured out. And you hear me talking? I don't have it all figured out. Don't get me wrong. Don't. And I'm nowhere near perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I'm perfect for myself in my own right because I tend to love myself enough to say that's enough. I'm enough for me. Who I have in my life is enough for me. The people I'm surrounding me, which is my, immediate family, is enough for me, and that's good. That's good. I'm happy about that. But for the people that's having a hard time right now, trying to figure out where to go, what to do, the back to the subject at hand where I have up on the screen there, the people that's applying for their visas, I would say to you guys, think twice about spending your money, how you're spending your money. If you really want to get up and, if you have, say, 100,000 Jamaican dollars, 200,000, or you have your house, you have your car, and to get up and say, you get a visa for 10 years and you come here and run off and abandon everything you got, don't do it. You know what I mean? Because it's not worth it at this point in time in America. I'm not sure about Canada, but I know Canada's having a rough time. I heard. I do have family members there. I have people that I know there. Other places, the UK, a lot of them are already abandoned where they're from, and in Jamaica right now, building, having their homes, and I don't blame them for that because situation for them probably not so kosher too, because the spaces they live in. I remember one of my uncles went to England. When he called me, he said he had to pay for television. I said, pay for television? I didn't even know they pay for television to watch television over there. I don't even know what that means, but I don't know. He said where he was living is almost like New York, a little tight little spot. It was like a room or something he was paying how much pounds for or whatever. And I'm like, what? So I know everyone don't have it hard everywhere they come from. I heard since my parents are born Jamaicans, I could go to Jamaica and get. Yes, you can. That is true, Matchin. That is true. All you need is their passport and birth certificate or whatever. When they go there with you, fill the form out, let them fill it out. You could also do it online, but you still will have to get them it notarized. But you can. That is true. And get your passport. So, anyways, guys, that is true, Matchen. So, anyways, guys, all I could tell you guys is just to hang in there. If you're the type of person like me that's looking forward to going back home and want to go back home, but having a hard time making a decision, don't have it all together. No one have it together. And if you're waiting for the perfect time to do anything in life, no time is going to ever be perfect enough or right enough. If you give yourself a time frame and you get to that time frame and you keep on putting it off, don't be like some people that wind up being die here and not able to ever go back to their house, having a nice home and certain things set up for themselves in Jamaica, and then let me wait, waiting too long can determine the rest of your life. Your time could pass and or expire and you never make it back home. Even young age, people go there too, and it still does happen to them, and we know that the violence, the this, the that, and like I said, the young people, they're killing a lot of women and children now in Jamaica, and that's the hard part to suck up. But at the same time, it's happening everywhere, so don't make your plans get derailed because of certain things. And if you're not into certain things to begin with, some things just won't happen to you, and that's a fact. I'm not saying that I can predict what's going to happen to anyone. That's not the case. But everyone is different. Every situation is different. I don't give up on my dream because of people, what they want to do and their fear. And I can't worry about the what ifs. I don't worry about what ifs. I'm not that type of person anymore. I used to be when I was younger because I was like naive, gullible, not understanding life. But I don't worry about what if. I am in Florida, guys. I'm not in Jamaica yet. You'll see me in the next probably couple of videos down the road in Jamaica doing a couple lives if my internet not giving trouble at the time. But all I can tell you guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for hanging in there with me. And if you haven't already, like the video, please do. I will do another live pretty soon. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the support. I appreciate every single last one of you guys for showing up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless. And I will be back again soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see. My computer here dying. I even realized I didn't plug this one in. Also, don't be afraid to take risk as long as you're not hurting no one. That's right. Doing anything illegal, move in silence. Above all, put God first. Exactly. Exactly. Who said that? Pasella stores. That's correct. That is correct, Chin. Thank you. Oh, thank you guys for supporting. And thank you guys for the talk too, because let me tell y'all something. Sometimes you get on here and some people don't have no idea what you're talking about, but thank you guys for understanding where I'm coming from. It's not an easy thing to do live sometimes, and that's why I don't do it, because sometimes I don't really get to engage in the right set with the right set of people. Thank you guys. God bless you. God bless you, you guys. Allison, thank you. Matt Chen, thank you. I don't get the right set of people, and some people, even though we not might not be from the same place, do still understand. I can still have a conversation with them. Valerie, Event, thank you. So having you guys, Patricia, thank you as well. Thank everyone. I will be doing some shout outs, and if you do have a YouTube channel, let me know or whatever. I'll come check you guys out. And I do the same in return and watch you guys videos. And I will be doing some shout outs pretty soon for a lot of people, because I need to do it, because there's a lot of supporters on here for me, and I want to show the same in return. I'm going to sit down and make a note of who I need to shout out to that has a YouTube channel. A lot of people have been supporting me over the years, got me to the 12,000 plus subscribers. I appreciate every single last one of y'all. I will keep on trying my best to put the videos out. I do have one coming up that's pretty much a joke of how I got arrested in Jamaica. It wasn't for long. It was just for a few hours, and why. You might like that one. It's a joke. It's really funny story. So I'm going to put that out there pretty soon or later or tomorrow. God bless. Thank you guys for supporting and showing up. Have a blessed one, you guys. Have a blessed one.